The York Revolution is on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Here he swings and hammers it. Watch this one go. It's a game winner.
Revs Baseball on WOYK is brought to you by People's Bank, Wellspan Sports Medicine, Maple Donuts, Broadway Transmission, Flying Feet, Dasher Investment Services, the law offices of Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Solomus, and Calkins, York Mitsubishi, Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care, York Dental Sleep Therapy, Mad Dash, Pennsylvania Lottery, Neighborhood Family Markets, PSECU, Kona Ice, Smith, Mayer and Little, Commonwealth Connections Academy, Downtown Inc., and United Way of York County.
Swing and a deep drive to right field. Watch this one go. He fires. Game over. Base hit. It's a fair ball. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. He slides. He's in. Revs won it.
Now with today's York Revolution pregame show, here's Will DeBoer.
At People's Bank Park in York, Pennsylvania, it's the York Revolution and the Long Island Ducks in Thursday night Atlantic League baseball action. Hello everybody, Will DeBoer with you high above the surface in downtown York. A picture-perfect Thursday night for baseball. I would put my money on the line to say that this is the best night for baseball we've had all season. Sunny and 74. With a steady wind that's not too noticeable, moving left to right. Another good night for hitting the ball the other way if you're a right-hander, and that's what the Revs did so well last night. The whole concept of this series has been don't blink. Tuesday night it was don't blink or you'll miss about 3 or 4 innings. Last night it was don't blink or you'll miss 5 or 6 runs. Revs winning 11-7 over the Ducks a day after taking a 1-0 contest. York with 2 big bangs, a 6-run second and a 5-run fourth. In the second inning, a grand slam by Isaiah Tejeda and then a solo home run by Telvin Nash made it 6-1. And then in the fourth inning, the bases clearing double by Brian Pounds after a couple of bases loaded walks ended up being the difference and putting the Revs in double digits for just the 3rd time this season. They withstood a late Long Island rally and held on for the win, improving to 28-18, matching a season high by going 10 games above 500 and increasing their overall division lead to 3 full games over the Lancaster Barnstormers, who lost. So the Revs with the most comfortable division lead in the Atlantic League. It's to be expected. They have the best record in the league. Long Island, meanwhile, falling to 24-21 overall. Still a half game back of the Somerset Patriots, but all of a sudden just a half game up on the surging New Britain Bees. The Bees hanging around and are making it a 3-team race in the Liberty Division. And who would have thought that at the beginning of the season? I thought the Freedom Division was going to be the close one. It appears that things have swapped, though. For the Revs, as they try and complete the sweep, Matt Neal is on the hill tonight, making his 7th start and 8th appearance overall, but coming off a strong relief outing against Lancaster on Saturday night, where he allowed just 1 run on 2 hits and most importantly 1 walk in 4 innings of work relieving Micah Owings. The Revs ended up losing that game, but it certainly wasn't Neal's fault. Speaking of Owings, the original starter planned for tonight, he was scratched late, leg troubles I believe is what it is, so hopefully we'll see him out on the mound fairly soon. For the Ducks, they're turning to one of the top starters in the Atlantic League, the lefty Jack Snodgrass from Bowling Green, Kentucky, making his 9th start. 4-4 with a 3.35 ERA. That's 8th in the league, and 54 strikeouts. That was tops in the entire Atlantic League before his teammate from a couple of nights ago, Darren Downs, struck out 11 to overtake him. But 54 strikeouts for Snodgrass in just a shade under 46 innings. He's coming off of a hard luck loss against Sugarland back on June 3rd, where he gave up 2 runs on 7 hits in 6 innings, and the Ducks were not able to come back and defeat Sugarland that day. We're going to go into a commercial break. When we come back, I had the chance to speak to one of the heroes of last night's game, Brian Pounds, and then right after that, the Broadway Transmission Managers Report. All that and much more on this fine radio program. So thanks for joining us on a Thursday night here on the WOYK Revs pregame show.
Looking for something cool to do this weekend? Come to the coolest place in town and learn to play hockey or figure skate at the York Ice Arena. The York Ice Arena offers a Learn to Skate program for skaters of all ages and abilities, directed by ISA and USFSA qualified instructors. Skating classes range from beginner to freestyle. Hockey classes cover the basics of the game. All classes include free skate rental and 5 free skating passes, so you can try out your new skills. And remember, the coolest place in town is also available for the coolest birthday party in town. Host your birthday bash in group spaces or with a private ice rental. Public skating at the York Ice Arena is available afternoons, evenings, and weekends. Skate for just $7 and rent your skates for just $3. Plus, you can save with discount pass books. Oh, and ask about gift cards and kids' prepaid debit cards. So if you're looking to learn something cool, come to the coolest place in town and learn to skate at the York Ice Arena. For more information and to register, go to yorkskate.com. Get into the ball game with great savings and great weekly specials at your Sure Save neighborhood markets. Use your gold card every time you shop and you automatically receive savings and rewards. And get incredible deals on the new Best Yet brand products at Saubel's Markets, Wetzel's Market, and also at Nell's Market Fresh Foods. Always a hit and always great savings.
Join me, Steve Zabin, mornings at 6 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Welcome back to the WOYK Revs pregame show. York looking for the sweep of Long Island tonight. They'll turn to Matt Neal against Jack Snodgrass, and Brian Pounds will try and play his role. 2 for 4 yesterday with 4 RBIs, 2 doubles. The bases clearer in the 4th inning. He's a man who is known for his clutch hitting and also for playing whatever position Mace needs him to play, usually second or third. I had the chance to speak with him after BP, which is why you'll hear a whole bunch of his teammates razzing him in the background, but this is what he had to say between all the nonsense. Brian Pounds is starting at second base today for the Revs, and he's coming off of a 2 for 4 performance with a couple of doubles and 4 driven in. Brian, let's talk about the 3-run one from the 4th inning where the Revs went up 11-2. What were you looking for? What did you end up getting?
I mean, honestly, just looking for something to drive, and Blewett usually throws a lot of fastballs, so honestly, I was looking for a fastball, obviously, but he mixed it up well, and I was just fortunate to hit the pitch that he made a mistake on. Thanks, Keith.
Revs ended up winning 11-7 last night after a 1-0 the night before. It seems like that'd be a sort of whiplash going from a tense pitcher's duel to a slugfest like that.
Yeah, absolutely. When a pitcher's on, it's both those pitchers were on, Downs and Pena. It's going to be a tough night. Good pitching is going to be good hitting any time of the day. So, we just came out, worked on going the other way, and it worked out for us last night. That's right, give 110%.
Absolutely, and then going up 11-2 like that. I know temptation is to sort of see that and say, hey, 9 runs, that's pretty good. What do you guys do to stay into the game and get through what was the last 5 innings there?
You just try to keep building on. I mean, 11-2, you definitely can get lax a little bit, but then you just start trying to pad your stats in a way, and just have fun with the game. That's the way you stay in those games and just have fun, I guess.
Now, you've been bouncing around between second base and third base for the most part this season. How have you stayed focused, not knowing?
Hey, what I got?
Yeah, he's a great guy. How have you stayed focused, not really knowing day to day whether or not you're going to be second or third base?
Really, it just kind of helps for BP. You walk in, you see the lineup, and you see where you're playing, and you just, if I'm playing second, take some ground balls. It's definitely completely different positions, but they're both infield, and just again, you just try to have fun with it and prepare for it in BP.
So with the Revs going for the sweep of the Ducks today, what do you guys do to try and figure out Snodgrass early and get to him the same way that you got to the Ducks yesterday?
I don't know, just having good approaches, getting good pitches to hit, and when you get them, don't miss them. I think that's any approach any other day. Just sometimes it doesn't go that way. But for the most part, try to get a good pitch to hit and hit it.
All right, we're looking forward to tonight, Brian. Thanks and good luck.
All right, thank you.
Brian Pounds, and he and the Revs certainly got good pitches to hit yesterday. 8 hits, but going for 11 runs. The big bangs in the second and the fourth innings. They'll try and do that tonight. They'll take the best of last night with the best of Tuesday. An 11-0 win potentially, and go for the sweep. I'm sure that's what Mace wants to see, so they can have a nice flight down to Sugar Land. Speaking of Mace, when we come back, the Broadway Transmission Managers Report. Daryl Henry one-on-one with Mark Mason as usual. So stick with us here on the WOYK Revs pregame show.
Rich Eisen.
I might be the mayor of the Follicle Challenge.
I like it. The Rich Eisen Show.
Other story that hit me last night that really ticked me off was a report that Chris Berman is retiring from ESPN. I have no idea if this is true or not. His agent, who used to be mine, told the New York Times that Chris is not retiring. This is what I know. Chris Berman's a legend. Chris Berman created SportsCenter. This man, whether it is the end of the line or not for ESPN, whoever is talking outside of the business needs to pipe down and respect what this man has done. I know we're all in this business where we talk about contracts and maybe we don't like it when the lights shine on all of us, but the bottom line is this. Who in the world is talking to somebody, multiple sources, saying Berman's not getting renewed and it's retired? Let him decide and say what he wants to do. Man, that pissed me off. Time to roll.
This is the Rich Eisen Show.
Weekdays at noon on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Hey, sports fans, great news. You can now listen to Sports Radio 1350 anywhere with the new WOYK mobile apps. Walking the dog? Perfect. Trapped at a Renegade scrapbooking fair? We are 98% glitter-free. Wherever you are, WOYK is with you on the brand new mobile apps. York's only local sports station just went mobile and global. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Fans, it's time to go inside the clubhouse for the latest on your York Revolution and tonight's matchup. It's time for the Broadway Transmission Managers Report. Now, here's the manager of the Revs, Mark Mason.
Well, Mace, last night, big offensive night, and so many of the big hits were opposite field hits. Was that the plan, and was that the product of what you guys worked on in BP yesterday?
I mean, I'd like to think it was the product of what we worked on in batting practice. I know I made a comment in the dugout. We had like 6 hits, and they were all to right field. And then Nash, I think, broke that record with the home run to center, but we'll take the ball to center field, too. We had a better approach last night. And, the way the wind was blowing and everything, I think it was more beneficial to try to hit the ball that way anyway. But, we worked on it, and to the guys' credit, they stuck with that approach when they got in the game. And, we had good results.
Were you able to get out and do anything pregame today? And if so, same thing?
No, we took a regular batting practice today. We just kind of worked on the same thing, but from, not from sitting in the chair and hitting the ball that way. Actually, I threw it to him, and Polo threw it to him. So the same approach as yesterday, but, from seeing the ball come out of our hand a little different than coming from a chair.
De La Cruz last night, I know you wanted to get him through 5. Did any of the long innings have a negative impact on him?
I don't know. He and I talked today a little bit. I really didn't think that he used the pitches that he had the most command of during the game enough. I thought he kind of went to some pitches he didn't have good command of. His four-seam fastball seemed to be affected by the wind a little bit. And his changeup, he didn't have a lot of command of that. He had great command of his cutter, which induced 2 double plays, but he kind of abandoned that pitch for some reason. So I thought he should use that a little bit more. And basically what we talked about, when you're a pitcher, every time you go out there is different. So whatever you have working in the bullpen before the game tonight, that might be different than what might be working the last time or the next time. So you go out there and pitch with what you have good command of today. And just pitch that way instead of trying to use pitches that you normally have command of, but for whatever reason that night you don't. And I thought he used those pitches in inopportune times with, when he was even in the count or when he was 3-2 in the count. And a lot of first batters of the inning got on base against him, and that leads to stressful situations. And when that happens, pitches that you throw under stress, they have more effect on you over the course of the game. And I just think that's what got away from him right there.
The relievers a good job, but they did have to work through some stressors of their own. Are any of those guys that you're going to try to avoid using here tonight based on pitch count last night?
Well, if we do that, we won't have too much in the pen tonight. No, we're in good shape in the bullpen again tonight. It was just one of those weird games. I mean, baseball's kind of strange anyway. We pitch lights out for 3 nights, and then all of a sudden the night that we decide to score some runs, we decide to give up some runs and pitch out of some jams. But Long Island's a good hitting team, and I mean they're a good team overall as well. So they're not going to quit fighting, and we had to make some big pitches there after De La Cruz came out of the game to minimize some damage and to try to get out of there putting up some zeros. But they kept fighting back, and a couple times they were tying run at home plate. So it's never over, especially in this ballpark, and we just have to be a little more focused when we go out there and not relax so much when we have a 9-run lead.
Final 3 outs came from Scooters, and that's another scoreless outing for him. He's got a nice streak going there. What did you think was the turnaround for him after a bit of a shaky start to the year?
Well, I mean, I think he's in better throwing shape now than he was when he came into spring training, and obviously most of the guys should be that. But I think his command has gotten better. He's worked really hard in the throwing programs that we do with the pitchers before batting practice every day. So he's worked hard on his mechanics and his command, and I think he's worked especially hard on his approach to the hitters, and not being afraid to use his fastball more than he was early in the season, and keeping it down and doing those good things. And when you do that, you get pretty good results. He has a plus fastball anyway, so when you do those kind of things, you get good results.
We've got Matt Neal tonight, and his last outing pretty good in relief on Saturday night. Did you feel like he turned a corner or figured out something that he was doing wrong?
Well, those 4 innings he looked more aggressive. I thought his arm speed was picked up a little bit than it was the past couple times out there. The past couple times, like we talked about before, was like he was kind of feeling his way through it. I thought he just kind of let that all go to the wayside his last outing, and he looked like he was more aggressive and kind of trusted it more. And I think when you have confidence and you trust it, you'll be more aggressive with your arm speed. So hopefully he'll build off of that coming out here tonight, and give us another good outing.
Mace, thanks a lot. Good luck tonight.
Yep, thank you.
Mark Mason with Daryl Henry here on the WOYK Revs pregame show. The intro video is rolling right now, so we might have time to squeeze in a couple of the starting lineups, brought to you by Flying Feet. For the Long Island Ducks, it's a threadbare roster for Kevin Baez. For the most part, the 9 you will see are the only 9 you will see in the lineup. Phelan Lentini leading off after a 5-hit game. Anthony Vega bumped up from 9 to number 2 after Dan Lyons went out of the game early yesterday. Ruben Gotay at second, Tyler Colvin at first. Cody Puck at third base, Mike Blank the DH, Blake T. Cody center fielder, Mike Dowd back behind the plate catching. Matt Wessinger, the replacement shortstop, is batting ninth. He's at shortstop today. They'll try and get runs on the board for Jack Snodgrass. And right now we'll turn over to the public address system for the playing of our national anthem.
Day for the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs flag was still there. Oh, say that striped star spangled banner yet to wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Yes, it does. Our national anthem. Lovely rendition right there. And now, as the Little Leaguers who have joined the Revs players in the field disperse, we will get to Mark Mason's starting lineup. Pretty much the same for the Revs. Jason Repko in left field today. Isaiah Tejeda behind the plate. Joel Guzman at third. Telvin Nash at first. Andres Perez DHing after playing second base the first 2 games of the series. Alfredo Marte back in right field. Brian Pounds at second base, as mentioned. Josh Wilson moved back up to the 8 hole. He's the shortstop today. And then Michael Rocket back in the lineup, batting ninth and playing center field. And they will try and get runs on the board for Matt Neal. Not the best numbers for Neal coming in. He's 1-0 with a 4.90 ERA in 7 appearances, 6 of them starts. Hasn't seemed to matter for the York Revolution because they have not lost a Matt Neal start all season. They are 6-0 when Neal gets the ball to begin the game. Hoping that trend will continue into the lucky 7 if you're a Revs fan. And if you are a Long Island hitter, you need to be extra careful with Matt Neal on the hill. Now, he's been known to spray the ball all over. He walked 5 in his last start against Somerset about a week and a half ago. But you need to be careful because if you catch one wrong at the plate, if you're hit by a pitch, they are not going to be able to replace you. Dan Lyons had that hamstring issue that took him out of the game halfway through yesterday. And then Sean Burrows, the only other active position player they've got, is banged up as well. So the Long Island 9 are going to be the only Long Island 9 for the night unless something positive has happened to Burrows that we are not aware of. And now, as Phelan Lentini, fresh off of a 5-for-5 game, steps into the box, we turn it over for the Dasher Investment Services first pitch to the 10-year voice of the York Revolution. Here's Darrell Henry.
All right, Will, thank you very much. An absolutely brilliant night for baseball here at Peoples Bank Park. Ducks have switched to their road grays tonight. The Revs in those home white football-style alternates once again. And with hardly a cloud in the sky, Lentini in there. Our Dasher Investment Services first pitch is up high, and we are underway. 6:33 the start time with a 77-degree temp on the stadium board. Here's the 1-0 to Lentini. He swings and chops a foul, third base side. 5 for 5 last night. The most hits by an individual hitter for or against the Revs in a game this year. And it came one night after Lentini had his 12-game hitting streak snapped. In fact, at one point last night, as Neal peers over his glove, he kicks and deals. And a ground ball toward the middle, scampering towards second is Pounds. He backhands and throws to first. He had to do a quick little shuffle to make sure he got there. And moving toward the middle, Pounds handles it cleanly, one away. But last night at one point, late in the game, Lentini racking up all of these hits. Telvin Nash was trying to rub his back or something to get some of that luck into his hands.
Well, it's worked so far for Nash in this series. He got a home run and a double.
Nash is known for those superstitions. Here's Anthony Vega as the left-hand hitter watches a strike.
I remember the 9th inning yesterday when Nash nearly completed that 3-6-3 double play, and he stayed down for a couple of seconds saying, really, come on, man.
He's a swing and a pop fly, center field. Michael Rocket out there reading it, and he'll drift over into right center and make the catch. 2 up, 2 down quickly for Matt Neal to start his night.
Rocket's playing time has been reduced with the acquisition of Marte. Not for his glove, though. Pretty much anywhere you put him, he's going to be awfully solid. Left, center, short, second. In other words, a utility man.
Now Ruben Gotay will stand in. The top 3 in the Ducks order are all really hot here recently. And Vega had been hitting 9th, but with Lyons out, they moved him to 2nd. Here's Gotay now, the switch hitter, looks at one just outside. He's hitting .333 his last 11. It's got him at 312 overall. Now Neal lifts and fires, and that's right over for a strike. Brian DeBrouwer, our plate ump tonight. Buzz Albert at first, Tim Detweiler at third base. And it counts. The pitch is up high, a fastball. 2-1.
It's the one thing the NBA Finals is missing with it being on ABC. No Marv Albert.
2-1 pitch, and a bouncing ball, second base. 2 hops to Pounds. He'll glove and toss to first. It's a 1-2-3 first inning. Matt Neal looking crisp here early. At the end of a half, it's the Ducks nothing, and the Revs coming up.
This is the Dan Patrick Show.
I just like to say that y'all rock, man.
You can be bad, and as long as you're in on it, like you're sort of in on the joke in Philadelphia. Yeah, we're so bad, but hey, you get Ben Simmons, then maybe it's worth it. What if you don't get Ben Simmons? What if you have the 4th pick? What if you get the 3rd pick? What if you missed out on Ingram from Duke? You wanted to be bad to get good. You got bad and are still bad.
Dan Patrick.
Mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Hey, sports fans, great news. You can now listen to Sports Radio 1350 anywhere with the new WOYK mobile apps. Gone shopping with the wife? No problem. Tongue stuck to a flagpole? Pass the time after you've called the fire department. Wherever you are, WOYK is with you on the brand new mobile apps. York's only local sports station just went mobile and global. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Come on! Colin Cowherd.
Draymond Green, in my opinion, will not end his career as a Warrior. He will wear people out. When you're winning, the egos are fine. What if OKC knocks him out? How hard is Draymond Green to deal with them? They had guys that talked a lot and had egos. Notice how they started wearing each other out when a few losses piled up?
This is The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
Weekdays at 3 on Sports Radio 1350 WOIK. Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
One, two, three, first inning for Matt Neal, and the Ducks lefty Jack Snodgrass getting set to make the start tonight. 4-4 with an ERA of 3.35 in 8 starts. His win total, 1 off the league lead. His loss total, 1 off the league lead. It's an even split with a decision in every start.
Mr. Decision.
Yeah. He's 8th in ERA, 45 2/3 innings, 45 hits, and a lot of strikeouts, 54, which ranks 2nd in the league. Darren Downs surpassed him for the league lead by 4 the other night. Snodgrass, 54 Ks, just 14 walks. Overall, very good numbers. And the Revs will face him for the first time as Jason Repko leads things off.
Yeah, I have a feeling this is going to shape up to be like it was on Tuesday when the Revs face a tough lefty in Darren Downs and needed until the 7th inning to break through.
Snodgrass with his first pitch tonight, it is over for a strike. And Repko maybe thought it was slightly low. Repko hitting at 301, 395 against left-hand pitching. The 0-1, and he swings, grounds it to shortstop. Matt Wessinger, the start tonight, he's up on it, throws to first, and there's 1 away. Dan Lyons sidelined mid-game last night with hamstring strain, so Wessinger making his first appearance of the series, the former Bluefish.
Wessinger, a light hitter at 179 coming into this one. 5 errors in just 25 games at the shortstop position.
There's Isaiah Tejeda, who cracked the grand slam in the 2nd inning last night. 7-game hitting streak, 3rd homer of the year, and hitting at 336, which is 2nd in the league. Only the injured Lou Ford at 348 is hitting higher. And the first pitch is down and in. He kicks his back foot out of the way.
7-game hitting streak is sort of ho-hum for Tejeda after he had the 10-gamer back in May. He's a man who knows how to string together really good weeks.
Wind and the 1-0. And a swing and a foul tip ricocheted behind home plate. Snodgrass, a tall lefty, 6'6", 210. Was in the Giants system previously, making it as high as AAA. Was with Sacramento last year. Lives in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Here's the kick and the pitch, and that's down low, 2-1.
Home of the Hot Rods, Tampa Bay Rays affiliate in the Midwest League.
Snodgrass, 5 years in the Giants system, Eastern League All-Star. In back-to-back years, 2013 and 14 with Richmond, as he misses down low. 3-1 on Tejeda. One thing last night, the Revs were in favorable hitters counts throughout the night. Tejeda working one here. The wind, much less of a factor tonight. It is swaying left to right. And the 3-1 swung on and bounced softly past the mound. Wessinger from short has to charge. He gloves, he fires, it's late. 8-game hitting streak. Tejeda beats it out on the slow hopper to short. Got the foot on the bag just before the throw. It's an infield single.
Well, Snodgrass made the effort for it. Couldn't quite make an effort to get it, though. And if Snodgrass wasn't going to get to it, it was going to be very tough for Wessinger to glove it and get it to first in time. And that proved to be very, very true. As Tejeda, you know, he's no slouch with the legs, even as being a catcher. He's a young catcher, so he's not blown out his legs just yet. Infield single.
Well, here's Joel Guzman, who's got those white alien shades on tonight. No hoodie, though. First pitch is over for a strike. Hitting .305, which ranks 10th in the league. Tied for 4th in homers with 7. 3rd in ribbies with 28. Here at Peoples Bank Park, hitting a ripe .396. Here's the stretch and the 0-1. Swing and a line drive hit to left center. Tejeda at second. To Cody on it in center. He'll work it into shortstop quickly. That Tejeda will hold it second, but Guzman with a low line single hit it right on the nose. And the Revs with 2 on and 1 out.
Well, Joel's numbers shaping up like what he had with Camden last year, 13 home runs and 70 RBIs. Difference is the average is here for him this year. Just a .250 hitter with the River Sharks in 15, now .300.
He really fits into the lineup, but he also helps everybody else fit into the lineup. His batting order really a well-oiled machine when they're clicking. Here's Talvin Nash, who has a called strike, I guess. Was borderline away. He tried to check his swing, but the signal suggested it was a called strike. Nash, the home run last night, just left of the batter's eye. His league leading 12th. And the 0-1, that runs inside. Hitting at .279 with 12 home runs, which leads the league by 4. RBI total of 22. And the Revs, who as a team ranked 3rd in hitting, tops in homers. Pitch to Nash, and a swing and a miss, a changeup from Snodgrass. They also, with the help of the slugging, of course, but regardless, it's a key stat. They lead the league in OPS, which is one of the more popular numbers as of the last decade or so, combining on base and slugging. And that tells a lot of the story of their success. Here's the stretch, a look back, the 1-2, and he tried a breaking ball and missed way outside. Snodgrass from Bowling Green, Kentucky. He went to Austin Peay State in Tennessee, and then after his college career, the Giants made him a 27th round pick in 2011.
Austin Peay, so he was a governor.
Yes, he was.
Hello, governor.
It's pitch to Nash, and it misses down and in. He lays off that. Full count. Here's Nash again, working the count deep.
We didn't see this nearly as effective from him at the beginning of the homestand when he was striking out a ton, taking counts deep.
3-2 with 2 men on, 1 out. Revs trying to strike first. And Snodgrass with the pitch. Way outside, all the way to the backstop. It's ball 4 anyway. And the bases will be loaded. Andres Perez will get a chance with the bags packed. Nash, who ranks second in the league in walks, drawing his 29th. Which, by the way, that is 12 more than anybody else on the team. Brian Pounds is next with 17. So they are loaded. And Dre to the plate. Had his 11-game hitting streak snapped last night, but not for the lack of a couple more line drives. Just hit him right at fielders. First pitch is taken down low. Did drive in a run in last night's game. Bases loaded walk. He's got him loaded here, the 1-0. And that's down low. There's Snodgrass running out of real estate. 2 balls and no strikes with nowhere to put him.
He's going to throw him a strike right here. This is very similar to the Tejeda at-bat yesterday when Blevins had a 3-1 at him and absolutely had to throw a strike.
Here it comes, and it's low. Ball 3.
That's coming inside too, Darryl. I think with DeBrouwer, you're going to see the outer strike being called more often today and the inner part of the plate a bit more let go.
No, I would certainly assume he'll be taking and forcing the lefty to throw one. 3-0 after the walk to Nash. And here it comes, and it's right down the middle, a strike. 3-1. Revs last night really made the most of their hits. 11 runs on 8 hits. They did take advantage of some walks and things of the like. Won the game despite being out hit by 6. 3-1. That's down and in. Bases loaded walk for a second straight night to Dre. He picks up his 26th run batted in of the year. Number 273 in his Revs career. And York with a first inning 1-0 lead, and Snodgrass with a first inning visit from his pitching coach Marty Jansen.
Uncharacteristic control problems for Snodgrass. 14 walks and 46 innings coming in. Look at those numbers. He averages almost 6 innings per start, so it's going to be very important for him to recover and go deep into this ballgame, especially with the Ducks having to have used the bullpen for 6 innings last night, as Blevins didn't get out of the second.
No, 1-0 lead, and Alfredo Marte will try to pile on. Hitting at 273 with 3 home runs already in 11 games played. And Snodgrass with the pitch, just swinging a chop foul into the stands behind the third base dugout. Snodgrass some late tail in on Marte on that first offering. The lefty last year split the year at AA and AAA. Here's the 0-1. And that misses a little low on Marte, who began his season at AAA, and now here looking for his next crack. There's the stretch, and the 1-1 fastball and a strike called down around the knees. Snodgrass already with his 23rd pitch. What'd Neil have?
9.
Not a bad start in that regard for the Revs. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him to reach for a change up away. And after the visit from his pitching coach, Snodgrass records the K, 2 down. And Brian Pounds, who drove in 4 in last night's game, will make his way up. Couple of doubles, both to the same spot in right center.
And one with the bases loaded. He's got the clutch gene in him. He's picked up 10 RBIs this season with 2 outs. That's about a quarter of his driven in.
First pitch, a swing and a miss. Snodgrass stays with that changeup.
Make that a third. He's driven in 26 on the season, 10 of them coming with 2 outs.
Overall, 241 hitter, 4 homers coming in tonight. Snodgrass to the belt. The 0-1, and a swing, and he just got a piece. Tipped foul behind home. And pretty much the last several pitches, the Revs have seen nothing but changeups. Had Pounds just a hair early again.
I wonder if he's setting him up for a fastball right here. That was the Revs' problem in the Lancaster series. They reached for a bunch of off-speed stuff and were looking for it and were frozen on fastballs.
Here's the 0-2, and a breaking ball, hooks low and in. Everything off speed so far. Snodgrass made 4 starts in the Venezuelan Winter League. This past winter as well. Now deals, and missed inside with a fastball. 2-2. Revs a 1-0 lead on the bases loaded walk to Dre. Trying to make it a big first inning. Last night it was 2 big innings, 6 in the second, 5 in the fourth, in the 11-7 win. Here's the stretch and the 2-2 way outside, and Pounds patiently works it full. Runners will be able to get some bit of a head start here. High time down in the diamond deck again tonight. The 3-2 swing and a miss. A change up again on 3-2. He had the confidence to throw that for a strike, and he uses it to strike out the final 2 and leave them loaded. The Revs do strike for the game's first run. 2 hits in the inning, a couple of walks as well. And we go to the second. It's 1-0 York.
Broadway transmission? I don't know how they do it.
We've been in business for 60 years at the same location.
I don't know how they do it.
It's our long-term nationwide warranties.
Oh, and don't forget our online appointment scheduling.
I still don't know how they do it.
They toted my van at no cost with my repair.
It's our ATRA certified technicians. Don't forget the good-looking genius in the office.
Come on, man. I know they help me with financing. Still, with my bad credit, I don't know how they do it.
I did my research and felt comfortable that Broadway is a AAA approved specialty repair shop. I showed my AAA card and saved some hard-earned cash.
I was happy to get a $100 rebate in the mail after the job was done.
I sure don't know how they do it, but I do know they get it done, and they get it done right.
Broadway transmission. We'll get your shift together and back on the road fast. Check us out on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
This is the Rich Eisen Show.
American Phil, as we know, the first horse to win the Triple Crown since 1978 in the front. He breeds 2 to 3 times a day.
Yes.
And has been with over 100 mares. He's gained 170 pounds since retiring. Essentially, his days.
This is like the Pablo Sandoval of horses.
Hanging out in the field, eating some hay.
Hit the button that plays. The Rich Eisen Show.
Weekdays at noon on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. All about local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Revs will have to settle for the 1 run in the first inning. They do lead at 1-0, and they made Jack Snodgrass throw 30 pitches. Tyler Colvin will lead off the second against Matt Neal, who needed just 9 in the first, and his first offering is a little bit up. Colvin hitting at 244, couple of home runs, 16 driven in. Had a 3 RBI game last night, going 2 for 3. And he swings here and skies one to shallow left center. Repko in from left. He'll be called off by Rocket, who's in from center. And Michael Rocket handles it for out number 1.
Well, Neal's big problem in his last few outings was strike throwing. He had the 5 walks against Somerset a week and a half ago. If he can throw strikes and trust his defenders, that's going to pay off for him today. The Revs defense, a bit of a hot spell right now. They've allowed just one error, or committed just one error in the entire homestand. That was back at the beginning last Friday.
Here's Cody Puckett, who's in his 6th game back from a hammy injury, and he takes a strike. Hitting at .291 with 5 homers, 27 knocked in. He had 2 arch nemesis doubles last night. Pitch is a breaking ball up high. The Revs have moved into a tie for 5th in the league in defense, which is nice after they had been at the bottom of those rankings. The lights slightly flickering on here as Neal delivers, and a swing and a chop to third. One huge hop to Joel. He'll step into the throw. Natch reaches for it. Catch is made. And on a fly out to center and a ground out to third, Neal's got 2 quick outs here in the 2nd inning. Matt Neal, 4 innings in relief on Saturday. 1 run on just 2 hits against Lancaster. Walked 1, struck out 4. Here's Mike Blank, who's DHing tonight, one of their catchers, and he backs away, a pitch in tight. Blank hitting at .243 with 3 home runs. Last 9 games, though, hitting .121. And he swings here, yanks a line drive foul right in front of Arch Street Eats down the line and left. Ball and a strike. Revs a 1-0 lead here in the top of the 2nd. They enter play today up 3 in the division. Neal deals and a swing at a chopper foul, third base side. 3 over Lancaster and 5 over Sugar Land, who did lose last night after we were finished. Revs will be headed there tomorrow, of course. Now Blank will ask for time and back out.
Skeeter's really struggling as of late. They've lost 7 of 10, and they've fallen to 500 at 23 and 23. Revs can put them away for good in the first half of the sweep.
Pitch here is grounded to short, right at Wilson. He's got it cleanly, a quick release. Nash reaches right, but he's got it, no problem. And another 1-2-3 inning for Matt Neal to start off. A fly out and 2 ground outs in the 2nd. We go to the bottom of the 2nd. It's 1-0 York.
It's the angles, the ball skills, the corner kicks. It's knowing how to shield a defender off the ball. It's knowing how to make a wall pass. It's knowing how to curl the ball, how to chip it, how to trap it, how to launch it, how to finish it. It's soccer, and nobody knows that better than Flying Feet sports shoes. Flying Feet. Suit up for soccer at Flying Feet, where players new to the game find everything they need, and collegiate-level players find all that and more. Soccer shoes for men, women, and children from the names that know the game. Adidas, Diadora, Lotto, and Nike. Players choose Flying Feet to get the right shoe at the right price. Plus a huge selection of soccer socks, soccer shorts, shin guards, and sports bags. Even referees get the nod at Flying Feet, where refs come for all their gear. Individual players, entire teams, if it's soccer, it's Flying Feet sports shoes. The sportswear specialty store without specialty store prices. Flying Feet. 1511 Mount Rose Avenue, just off exit 18 of I-83, next to Battery Warehouse.
Hi, this is Tom Dasher, president of Tom Dasher Investment Services. I specialize in retirement planning and strategies to meet individual personal goals. Whether you are looking for wealth accumulation or to maximize your retirement income. Oh, heck, this is sounding just like another commercial. Hey, listen, it's this simple. We use risk-free investment vehicles, whether you are looking to still build wealth accumulation or you want retirement income or a combination of both. It is all about getting your money parked in the place that will benefit you the most. If you want to do that, call me. My office number is 246-3879, or my mobile is 487-2096, or contact me at my new website at tomdasher.com.
For local sports on your smartphone, search WOIK at the App Store.
Revs a 1-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the 2nd tonight. Josh Wilson will lead it off as York sent 7 men to the plate in the first. Only 1 run scored. They left them loaded, but forced Snodgrass to throw 30. And Wilson to lead it off, hitting at .264 with 4 jacks. First pitch of the inning is cranked down the line in left field, and a fair ball at 1 hops the nemesis. He's digging for two. Vega the throw. It's cut off, and Wilson is in standing on a first pitch double to begin the bottom of the second inning.
That's one of those times when you don't necessarily want to hit the nemesis on the fly. It takes the one hop to the big green wall, and its momentum dies upon hitting the wood, allowing Wilson to stroll into second while Vega tries to control the careen.
Here's Michael Rocket, pocket at third, anticipating bunt. He does square, and he pops it up. It'll land, though. Snodgrass plays it on a hop, fires to first for the out, and the sacrifice is good. He angled it slightly over toward third in front of the mound, and it had time to hit grass before Snodgrass got to it. Sacrifice 1-3 with Wilson to third base.
With Rocket struggling as of late, he's been breaking out the bunt much more often, recognizing that they have a chance to get a run on the board with a leadoff double. He'll say, not to heck with it, give himself up and lay down a beauty of a bunt. And Puckett wasn't covering third when Wilson was going there because he tried to get the ball himself. Easy for Wilson to get to third.
Infield in on Jason Repko, and he swings first pitch and tips a foul to the backstop. All four up with Wilson at third and one out. Repko a ground out to short in the first inning. That was a 1-0 lead and trying to add to it here in the second inning. Snodgrass set, the tall lefty, kicks and deals, and a breaking ball down and in. He's got the high black socks, which might make him look even taller. He's listed at 6'6". He's got the long locks under the cap as well.
Frankly, it didn't surprise me at all seeing that he came from the San Francisco organization.
Yeah. Doesn't he look like Bumgarner from here?
A little bit.
Now the 1-1, and a changeup misses high. Even the delivery's got a little bit of that bounce in his leg lift. A little bit of that same rhythm.
If he participates in the Atlantic League Home Run Derby, then we'll know it's a splitting image.
Now the 2-1, and that misses low. Tejeda on deck. Snodgrass did walk 2 in that first inning. He'd only walked 14 his first 8 starts. Here's the 3-1, and a swing and a tap foul, third base side. Well, a 3-1 changeup. And it looked like it was on the corner, so it would have been a strike anyway, most likely, but I think Repko was certainly anticipating fastball.
Bumgarner yesterday, by the way, 6 one-run innings, no decision for him, but the Giants ended up beating David Price 2-1.
Heck of a matchup late last night. Pitch to Repko, and he swings and pokes it to second, and Wilson will have to hold. Gotay up on the grass fields and tosses to first. As Snodgrass got Repko to reach for it and poked it off the end of the bat on one hop to second with the infield up. 2 down, and Tejeda will try to bring Wilson home as the infield backs up. That's exactly what Snodgrass and the Ducks wanted. And here's Isaiah Tejeda, who reached on an infield hit and scored the first inning run. Snodgrass ready. First offering is swung on and chopped foul right past Wilson, who ducked at his lead from third base. Revs had bases loaded, 1 out in the first. With a run already in, were unable to score more. They had the leadoff double this inning, and they would hate to let a second opportunity to add on get away. Here's the 0-1. And that's down in the dirt, blocked by Mike Dowd. Wind picking up a bit, left to right. But a beautiful night here. Blue skies, sun shining. The shadows right now are just a few feet behind the mound and then all the way in. Sunlight everywhere else. Here's the stretch. 1-1 pitch, and it's a little low. Good eye from Tejeda. Snodgrass is a big guy, as we've said, so you kind of expect him to come out throwing heat but we really rely on his changeup. And now ready with the grip. And the 2-1, swinging a foul out of play. Back behind the plate, that fastball at 87 on our stadium board. 2-2. Wilson standing at third. He doubled to lead off the inning on the first pitch. And then Rocket on the second pitch sacrificed him to third. He's still there. The 2-2. Swing and a bouncer hit softly to short. Wessinger charges, pumps, but he'll have time. And this time makes the throw in time to get Tejeda. No runs on one hit and one left. Revs unable to score the leadoff double. And we go to the third, still leading it 1-0.
The more we help the ones in need, the more progress our community will make.
By focusing on quality education, income opportunities, and basic health care,
all of York County can have access to the building blocks of a good quality of life.
Together we can load the bases for our community.
And hit a home run.
Give generously to the 2016 United Way Community Fund.
Find out more and give now at unitedway-york.org.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Ross Brothers Barbecue is serving up the hits every Saturday night this season at People's Bank Park. Stop by Arch Street Eats on the third base corner and load up on delicious, fresh-made local barbecue. All of Ross' sauces and sides are made from scratch daily. All meats are smoked for an authentic barbecue done right. Ross Brothers also offers drive-through, dine-in, and carry-out from the restaurant at 3096 Carlisle Road in Dover, as well as delivery and full-service catering. Ross Brothers can cater any sized event from fundraisers to graduation parties to weddings. Ross Brothers Barbecue every Saturday night at People's Bank Park.
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
The game of football would not be happy with the form of our inflatable ball contestants leading with the head there between innings.
Leading with the head and leaping.
Not how you do it.
Somebody get the commissioner on the phone. He's still alive, right? Yeah. Twitter told me otherwise this week.
Brother. Blake Ducote leads off the third. Neal's first pitch is over for a strike. The Revs with a 1-0 lead still. Ducote hitting at .240. 3 homers. Here's the pitch. And a swing and a miss. Pulled off on that offering from Neal, who's needed just 9 pitches in each of the first 2 innings. And he is lapping Snodgrass in terms of pitch count here early on. Now lifts and delivers, and a swing and a foul back and out of play. These hitters have yet to see any of these pitchers. This is the last opponent that either team had yet to face, and the series beginning a stretch on which they meet 10 times in 24 days. Neal winds and fires, and a swing and a pop fly foul. This one heading for the stands, left field side, and right through the hands of...
Catch that!
And it's not like he can even hide in a big crowd in that section.
No, it was just him. The lady sitting next to him is thinking, geez, I came here with him?
Is she moving down a few seats?
I think our usher's trying to talk her into it.
Next one is a curveball, and this one's looped. Wilson heading back from short. He'll call for it and squeezes, backing up into shallow left. Now 1 away to start the third inning. We'll pause for station identification. This is Revolution Radio.
First in York, first in sports. Your only local sports station. The new Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, York, Pennsylvania.
One down here in the third. Revs lead at 1-0. Here's Mike Dowd, and a breaking ball from Neal stays high.
Dowd, the catcher for Downs' Gem on Tuesday night. Now he's back behind the plate after swapping with Blank yesterday.
Now the 1-0, and he swings and pops this one up foul, heading out of play to the right.
That could have been the determining factor for Snodgrass getting through those first couple innings. We saw that when Blevins fell behind early yesterday, he wasn't able to get back into it. Snodgrass was. Maybe it was his catcher.
And this one foul tipped straight back. 1-2. Dowd, a .304 hitter coming in tonight. He was the one DHing last night. And now tonight, Sean Burrows and Dan Lyons both dinged up. The only position players on their bench. Neal kicks and fires, and a breaking ball missed in the dirt. Revs held Dowd to an 0 for 5 last night, and he hit into one of the 2 double plays that they turned. Long look from Neal, and he's got it. Oh, come on. Time called. He was 3 steps into his windup by the time the hand went up. Neal motioning for Tejeda to go through the signs again. And now he'll deliver. And a swing and a tap foul softly off the plate over to the third base side.
He's already thrown 10 pitches in this inning. Somebody call an ambulance.
Just 9 in each of the first 2. Now ready to work. Fires home, and a swing and a pop-up foul again. This one out of play to the first base side. Revs a 1-0 win Tuesday night. 11-7 here last night. Now they're 3-2 on this homestand heading into this finale. Season high tying 10 games over 500. Pitch to Dowd is down and away in a full count. First from Neal tonight. 28-18. It's the best start in team history. It's the best start in the league this year. They are 19-7 at home after last night's win. Now Neal with the payoff pitch. And a liner foul into the seats in right. Section 1, just short of the picnic area by a couple of rows. And Dowd really putting up a battle. The duel goes on. And Neal will step off. Do we have a pick yet in the Major League draft?
Yeah, the Phillies went with Mickey Moniak.
Huh.
Outfielder.
Just swinging a nubber foul, third base side.
A California high school outfielder.
Didn't see that one coming. The UCLA commit projects as a Gold Glover from what I'm reading. Okay.
Oh. Your source is better than mine, apparently.
Another 3-2, and a rip at third, and Guzman drops to a knee to Spirit. He'll fire it across, and that's 2 away.
That glove's pretty golden right there for Guzman.
That was good. And that was the 10th pitch of the at-bat. Guzman spears the sharp one-hopper down to his left. And finally, Mike Dowd retired. And with 2 away, Matt Wessinger to the plate. He's the K-man tonight, hitting just 179, and takes a high strike call as Neal starts him off 0-1. Wessinger at short with Lyons out tonight. 0-1 pitch, and it missed a little high. Rounding out the order here. Neal the kick and the pitch, and a swing and a foul tip straight behind the plate. Revs up 1-0 here in the third, and Neal looking for another 1-2-3. Fans chanting for their breadsticks. Here comes. And a strike three called, and Wessinger knew it. Neal paints the outside corner at the knees and has set down his first 9 tonight. He knew it too. He marches off with his first strikeout. And we go to the bottom of the third. Revs in front, 1-0.
Take it from me, guys. You want to make life happier? Your wife wants a nicer lawn. The kind of lawn you see on Home and Gardens and Martha Stewart. Here's a hint. You're not alone. Call your pals at Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. They've got a way with lush lawns that the ladies like. And as you know, happy wifey, happy hubby. Winky face. Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. World-class care right in your backyard. 717-292-9994.
Hey, sports fans, great news! You can now listen to Sports Radio 1350 anywhere with the new WOYK mobile apps. Being one with nature, we can help. Contract force you to churn out mobile app promos? At least make them fun. Wherever you are, WOYK is with you on the brand new mobile apps. York's only local sports station just went mobile and global. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Wednesdays are the worst. I've got to get the kids to school on time to get to work, then it's just one long day of meetings. But hey, at least I don't have to worry about making dinner.
Kids eat free with People's Bank. Save money at every Wednesday home game.
So now when the Revs are in town, I just pull into a People's Bank, pick up that week's coupon, and dinner is done. Revolution Wednesdays? Awesome. Revolution!
Thanks to People's Bank, kids eat free at every Wednesday home game. No need to be a People's Bank customer. Just pick up your coupon at any People's Bank branch and do dinner at People's Bank Park. One coupon per child per game.
York Sports on your mobile device or online at WOYK1350.com.
Revs a 1-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the third. Matt Neal 9 up, 9 down. Revs have had some chances to add to the 1-0 lead. They've stranded 4 in the first 2 innings, but Joel Guzman will look to put them right back to work. Singled in the first. And Snodgrass at 43 pitches through 2. The lefty deals and misses away. He lost his last start, but gave up only 2 runs in 6 innings. 99 pitches in that outing. On the 1-0. And that's over for a strike on Guzman. It was a 3-1 loss to Sugar Land. The Ducks would then win the next 2 before coming here and losing the first 2. A 1-1 pitch, and a swing and a slicer foul to the picnic area and right. It bangs off one of the railings.
And really, the Ducks have taken advantage of Somerset's mid-first half collapse to pull within a half game, but have not been able to capitalize on a couple of Somerset losses to New Britain earlier this week.
Here's a swing and a nubbing ground ball at first. Colvin goes to a knee away from the bag, and he'll have time to bring it to the bag himself. Guzman retired 3 unassisted for the first out. Revs haven't made an out in the air yet, as the 5th ground out for Snodgrass to go with 2 strikeouts. It was Talvin Nash who walked in the first. 1-0 the lead. Revs road trip takes them to Sugar Land for 3, then an off day Monday traveling back, and then at Somerset for 3. Pitch to Nash is golfed at and missed. And tomorrow night we'll be on at 7:45. It's an 8:05 Eastern start. And then Saturday and Sunday, 7:05 Eastern starts, so we'll be on at 6:45.
So all in all, pretty standard.
Yeah. Here's a swing and a ball, tap foul at the plate against Nash's leg and back. Well,
as standard as it can be, huh?
Sunday, to be honest, really did not have to be at 6:05 down there, but it is. It's absurdly late. There's a pitch in the dirt, and it's 1-2.
I mean, even Sunday games that were at 5 o'clock were, at 5 o'clock. That's at 6 o'clock down there.
Yeah. Snodgrass deals, and a fastball just inside. He was marching into his strikeout trot.
Yep, that inside strike. Brian DeBrouwer's not calling it today. The Revs are used to it after the weekend series against Lancaster, where they saw a bunch of that. Long Island, not so much.
Yeah, swing and a miss here. He came back with a changeup and had Nash out early. 2 down in the inning. Snodgrass with his 3rd strikeout. And Andres Perez, who's got the only RBI so far tonight. Bases loaded walk in the 1st inning. Last night he picked up an RBI in that fashion, and the night before in the 1-0 win, he had the only RBI then on a 7th inning single. First pitch here is in tight. That's a ball. Revs up 1-0. Snodgrass, a short step to the windup, lifts and deals, and a swing and a miss. Now, he's not going to blow it by you. I've seen him at 87 is the highest I've noticed tonight. That one at 84, kind of in between. And some pitchers do have that in-between speed when they're just trying to locate early in a count. He deals, and a cutter that runs low. 2-1. He's gotten the first 2 outs this inning. Base is empty. Now a short little rock back. 2-1. And a swing and a miss. He came in on Dre. And I think the backswing inadvertently contacted Dowd's face mask. He's all right. 2 balls, 2 strikes. With 2 outs here in the 3rd. And the lefty kicks and deals. And a swing and a miss. Slider down out of the zone. He ends the 3rd with back-to-back Ks and has his first 1-2-3 inning of the night. We'll head to the 4th. Will DeBoer with the call as the Revs lead the Ducks 1-0.
Smith, Mayer & Little is a holistic wealth management group with one product, advice. We aim to simplify our clients' lives, help them retire comfortably, and build lasting legacies for their families and the causes they care about. Our purpose is simple, to make a meaningful difference in the lives of our clients, our community, and the world in which we live with the advice we provide. Smith, Mayer & Little, a wealth of knowledge about wealth. We make our living by making a difference. Visit us at financialjava.com.
Janney Montgomery Scott LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
How does it feel to win $100,000 home makeover from the Pennsylvania Lottery with top prizes of $100,000? It's amazing! Because the instant you play could be the instant you win. And even if you don't win instantly, you can enter the second chance drawings online at palottery.com for a chance to win a $100,000 home makeover or one of 1,000 other prizes. The Pennsylvania Lottery. Keep on scratching. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
Eric Hosmer's got nothing on this. Mad Dash Grilled Cheese is comfort food at its finest. Mad Dash is Central PA's favorite artisan grilled cheese truck, bringing you creative concoctions with the freshest and most flavorful ingredients. Available for food truck festivals, weddings, corporate, and private caterings. Find Mad Dash this year along the third base line at Peoples Bank Park for all York Revolution home games. Call 717-574-5168 or visit online at mad-grilledcheese.com. Mad Dash Artisan Grilled Cheese. Welcome home.
First in York, first in sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Top of the 4th from Peoples Bank Park. York up 1-0 over the Long Island Ducks. Going for the sweep, Matt Neal has gone 9 up and 9 down through Duck hitting so far today, so he'll face the top of the order in the 4th. Lentini, Vega, and Gotay. First Phelan Lentini. The first pitch from Neal. Bunt shown. He stabs at it, takes it for a strike, 0-1. Lentini, the bouncer up the middle that Pounds was able to get to at second base. So no 5-for-5 night for him. Neal into the windup. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. And it's slapped into right field. Hangs up there for Marte, who makes the catch at his chest. 1 away. Well, we'll take a look at your York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard. A full Thursday night of Atlantic League action. Games that you may care about as a Revs fan. Bottom of the first from Bridgeport, the Bluefish and Lancaster scoreless. Later on tonight down in the heart of Texas, Southern Maryland at Sugar Land. The Blue Crabs going for an unlikely sweep. That game will start at about 8:05 our time. Now here's Anthony Vega. The first pitch to him is a fastball left upstairs, ball 1. And over in New Britain, Bees down 3-1 to the Somerset Patriots on Bernie Carbo night at New Britain Stadium. 1-0 pitch. It's upstairs again, ball 2. Bernie Carbo, of course, one of the heroes for the Red Sox in the 1975 World Series. He hit the game-tying 3-run homer in Game 6 to get it to extras before Carlton Fisk walked it off. Now the 2-0 from Neal. It's a fastball right down George Street for called strike 1. The Reds may have won the World Series, but the Red Sox won the history. Neal with the 2-1, and it's fouled back to the screen. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Neal needed 19 pitches to retire the Ducks in order in the third after throwing just 9 pitches in the first 2 innings. Now the 2-2 is fouled back out of play over towards the luxury boxes behind our left shoulders. Long Island hitting has been able to spoil Neal over the past couple of innings, building up his pitch count. Neal with a 2-2, he rocks and rolls. And a bouncer over to second, gloved by Pounds. Easy throw to first in time, 2 away. So with 2 down and nobody on, Ruben Gotay will try and become the first base runner for the Ducks. 1-0 Revs in the top of the 4th. York 1 run on 3 hits and no errors for Long Island. The Ducks laying 3 goose eggs right now. Gotay grounded out to second base his first time up. Neal standing straight up, he's into the wind, and the first pitch is a fastball down the heart, called strike 1. Crisp fastballs tonight from Matt Neal, pounding the zone. Now the 0-1, and a chopper past a diving Pounds into right base hit. There goes the perfect game. Gotay is the first base runner for the Ducks tonight. Neal had retired 11 in a row to start things off, and now he'll have to dig deep and retire the Ducks cleanup man, Tyler Colvin. Colvin, a fly out to shallow center his first time up. And the Charleston, South Carolina native digs in. He's a big lefty at 6'3". Short lead for Gotay. Neal working from the stretch for the first time, and his first pitch is a fastball, just left it outside. Ball 1. Colvin, of course, the former major leaguer. He was with the Cubs in the couple of years before Theo Epstein got to Wrigley Field. 1-0. Line shot in the left. That falls for a base hit. Cutting it off is Repko. Gotay to second, and Long Island with a couple of 2-out base hits, setting the table for Cody Puckett. And Puckett, who hit a sharp grounder to third back in the second inning, will try and keep the carousel a-rolling. Gotay on second, Colvin on first with 2 down, as Matt Neal tries to protect his 1-0 lead. Shadows have engulfed both the mound and the plate, so Duck hitters starting to see it a little bit better. First pitch, Neal, and a sharply hit ball to short, taken on 1 hop by Wilson, who flings it over to second for the force side, retired. So Matt Neal works a couple of hits out of his system and keeps the Ducks off the scoreboard. For Long Island, no runs on 2 hits, no errors. 2 left on. Middle of the 4th, your score. York 1, Long Island nothing here on the WOYK Revs Radio Network.
Hey sports fans, great news! You can now listen to Sports Radio 1350 anywhere with the new WOYK mobile apps. Stuck in line at the dry cleaners? No problem. Hung up in Helsinki? Say hi to our Finnish friends for us. Wherever you are, WOYK is with you on the brand new mobile apps. York's only local sports station just went mobile and global. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports. Come and celebrate 10 years of York Revolution baseball with the Celebrate York Series presented by Memorial Hospital. The series honors significant contributions from York, Pennsylvania's most notable events and favorite citizens with giveaways every Friday night home game. The series continues on Friday, June 17th with a Bruce Arians Gnome giveaway. Visit YorkRevolution.com for more details. It's the Celebrate York Series, proudly presented by Memorial Hospital for the York Revolution's 10th anniversary season.
Come on, Colin Cowherd.
We fell in love with a three-point shot. Oh, it solves everything. Three-point shot solves everything. No, it doesn't. It creates so many blowouts. Again, I'm comparing Golden State to what Oregon football did. They created a system. They beat everybody to the punch, and good for them. I'm for innovation. But I don't want football to look like every 13 seconds you have a football play and there's no huddles.
This is The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
Weekdays at 3 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. Your county, your teams. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Back to the bottom of the fourth inning. Revs up 1-0. Marte, Pounds, and Wilson due up against the suddenly sizzling Jack Snodgrass. Snodgrass is retired. 6 in a row. We went through the Revs 1, 2, 3, the heart of the order for York, back in the top, the bottom of the third inning. So now he will face Alfredo Marte, who struck out swinging with the bases loaded back in the first. He was the first of 2 in a row to do that. Brian Pounds, who follows him, was the other. And the first pitch from Snodgrass is lashed deep into left field. If it stays fair, it's a home run, but it's drifting just foul. Towering over the arch nemesis. And he was just an eyelash in front of it. And the count 0-1 after a loud first strike. It's been a loud debut for Alfredo Marte through his first 11 games, hitting .273. He was up over 300 until this series. 3 home runs and 6 RBIs. And he swings right through a breaking ball at strike 2. He was looking fastball. He got decidedly not the fastball. So now Snodgrass into the windup. Here's the 0-2 pitch and a chopper over to third. Nice stop by Puckett. He drops it, recovers in time to throw, gets there. Much to the avail of the crowd here at Peoples Bank Park. They thought that Marte beat it out, but Puckett, who took a stab at it, knocked it down, recovered, was able to airmail it to first base. A step ahead of Alfredo Marte, and that is the story of the first out of the bottom of the fourth. Now here is Brian Pounds, another strikeout victim for Snodgrass, and the first pitch is low and in for ball 1. Pounds last night, not the first bases clearing double on his ledger this season. In that wild Sugarland game a month ago, he had one. There's a swing for a breaking ball at 78 for strike 1. That 13-11 final featured a few ejections and quite a fair share of controversy. Brian Pounds breaks it open initially in the bottom of the fifth with a bases clearing double. Sugarland comes back, and it's Pounds who puts it away again. Taken on the outside corner for called strike 2. A 2-run homer in the bottom of the 8th to put the Revs up 12-11. Salvador Peniagua would bring home another run on a single. And York closed out the 13-11 victory. 1-2 pitch is low and in, and Pounds has worked it back 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pounds with 26 RBIs, now tied with Andres Perez, and those two are both near the top of the Atlantic League leaderboards as Pound slashes one, but foul over towards the first base camera, but cameraman gets through unscathed, and the count stays at 2-2. Both Perez and Pounds now tied for 6th in the league in RBIs. Caleb Gindel and Dan Johnson tied for 4th with 27. Joel Guzman just a tick ahead of them at 28. Middle of the order for the Revs, really producing runs. 2-2 pitch, a slow roller down the left side. The barehand attempt by Puckett. He tried to be all David Wright on it, but he could not pick it up, and it's an infield single for Brian Pounds. Second infield base knock of the night for the Revs, who have half of their hits of the infield variety. York up 1-0, and perhaps a rally started here with one out and a man on first, and Josh Wilson stepping to the dish. Wilson, a one-hop double to the arch nemesis in the second inning. He was sacrificed to third and went no further. Snodgrass, who had retired 7 in a row, will have to work from the stretch again, and the first pitch is a breaking ball that's low for ball 1. Wilson tapping the plate, holding the bat out, a very classic batting stance, just straight up. 1-0 pitch, and he left a fastball outside in the relative, well, it's not cold at all, it's warm. In either case, he left it outside, and it's 2-0. Beautiful day here at Peoples Bank Park. It was sunny and 75 at first pitch. And with the sun just starting to go into twilight mode, it's still plenty warm. 2-0, rung in on him, and it's 3 balls and no strikes. I would guess Wilson's taking all the way here. If he had Pounds in scoring position, he'd probably swing for it. Now the 3-0 pitch Wilson does take, and it's in there, strike 1. Revs had their chances in the bottom of the first inning. Andres Perez drawing a bases-loaded walk. York 2 chances to get more runs out of it, but Snodgrass with back-to-back strikeouts, and he's kept himself in this ball game. The 3-1 from Jack is ripped and fair. It hits the third base bag and trickles into the left field corner. Racing around third is Pounds. He gets the red light from Polo. And on at second with his second double of the contest is Josh Wilson. The Revs are cooking now. Second and third with 1 out. And Polo and Pounds are going to share a bit of a laugh here because Polanco, the third base coach, was waving him around like he was a wind turbine. Until all of a sudden he hit the hard red. That's one of those stoplights where you don't even see yellow. It goes straight from green to red, and Pounds had to really slam on the brakes, but he did. And now Michael Rocket bats with the infield coming in for Long Island. First pitch, broken bat, grounder, foul down the first base line. So he will get himself a new twig, and that broken bat brought to you by Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. For all your lawn and landscape care needs here in York, Pennsylvania, turn to Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. What, you're expecting bagels and locks? Rocket taking a couple extra seconds to find whose bat he wants to take into battle right now. It could be the difference between a hit and an out. Rocket wearing the sunbeam accented cleats today. I don't think that those were his daughter Peyton's design, but you can certainly spot him from here. Now Snodgrass at the belt. Here's the kick in the 0-1. Slapped foul. Again, he jammed him inside. It's back to the screen. And now the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Revs up 1-0 for the moment. Pounds on third, Wilson on second, with 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Infield still playing in. Snodgrass, the rock and the roll. And a foul tip by Rocket. He just ticks it off of the end of his bat, trickling to the backstop. And a nice spoiler swing by Rocket. We will do it again. Michael, that sack bunt back in the second inning. He needs to lift it in the outfield here. 0-2, rides inside. Nice block by Dowd to keep it from going to the backstop, and the count now 1-2. So Michael Rocket wants to start getting on a roll before he makes a homecoming down in Sugar Land, Texas. He is a native of that place. Played 2 seasons for the hometown Skeeters. He'll want to be in his best shape when he goes. The 1-2 pitch, and it's lifted out into left field, very shallow left field. On for it is Vega, not nearly deep enough to bring home Pounds, who goes back to third base rather dejectedly. Rocket can't bring him home, and Snodgrass is 1 out away from getting through another jam. So Snodgrass, just 1 run against him so far. The only casualty is his pitch count. He's up to 76, and he's not even out of the 4th inning yet. And he'll face Jason Repko for the 3rd time today. A couple of ground balls to the middle infielders on his ledger today. He bats with 2nd and 3rd and 2 out. And the first pitch from Snodgrass is low and in for ball 1. York 1 run on 5 hits and no errors. Long Island no runs on 2 hits with no errors. Now the 1-0 pitch. And it's a fastball at the knees, a called strike 1. Repko having a word with Brian DeBrouwer. That one riding in. A little too much for Repko's liking. I'm not short, I'm plenty tall. Snodgrass, deep breath, 1-1 pitch, and a breaking ball is low. 2 balls and a strike to Jason Repko. And so Jason, who's got 13 RBIs thus far on the season, will try for a couple of more. The 2-1 pitch swung on and missed for strike 2. A breaking ball that Repko swings right through. And now the Deuces have gone wild. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Big moment for Jason Repko. Yeah, I'll take a little blonde. Brunettes are fine too. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Is low and in. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Big spot for Repko. Seeing 395 with runners on base. 500 with men in scoring position and 2 outs. 6 for 12 so far. The payoff pitch from Snodgrass is low and outside for ball 4. Repko draws the 2-out walk. It loads him up again. For a man who already has 1 grand slam under his belt in this series, he'll try for another. It's Isaiah Tejeda. Tejeda, the infield single and the only run of the game. That was back in the 1st inning. Now he steps to the plate with Pounds on 3rd, Wilson on 2nd, Repko on 1st, and 2 down. Revs have been pounding at the door all evening. The hinges loosening. Will this be the moment they bust it down? First pitch from Snodgrass is taken. A strike called on the inner part of the plate. 0-1. Chance of Let's Go Revs permeating through the crowd. Fair-sized Thursday night crowd coming out for a beautiful night. They're hoping for beautiful baseball and a beautiful scoreboard. 0-1. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Tied him up with an 87-mile-an-hour fastball. So Snodgrass doing his job attacking Tejeda. He's ahead in the count. 0-2. Tejeda will have to protect here, but he can't go fishing. Snodgrass sets at the belt. Looks down, looks up. Deep breath. 0-2 pitch. And a bouncer up the middle. Backhanded diving stop by Gotay. The flip to the shortstop. Blessinger, who steps on the bag, side retired. A phenomenal stop by Ruben Gotay, saving 2 runs for his pitcher Snodgrass, who now owes him some kind of ice cream. I could use one of them too. Another missed opportunity for the Revs. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, 3 left on. End of the fourth, your score. York 1, Long Island nothing here on the WOYK Revs Radio Network.
You hear a lot about CPAP masks these days, but here's something you don't hear much about. Over half of the people who wear a CPAP mask for sleep stop wearing it within a year. How's that working for you? Dr. Gordon Bell would like you to hear this. York Dental Sleep Therapy has dental options that can help many of those people. If you or someone you live with is struggling with sleep apnea, visit yorksleep.com and see how Dr. Gordon Bell can help return your home to peaceful nights of deep, restful sleep. If you're groggy during the workday, if you wake up feeling exhausted, if you would like to get your nighttime sleep patterns back to a healthy state, get a confirmation from your doctor, then meet with Dr. Bell at his office on West Market Street in Hallam. He'll evaluate your symptoms and discuss which treatments would best suit your situation. Dr. Bell can restore restful sleep and get you feeling better day and night. York Dental Sleep Therapy. Call 316-1299 or visit yorksleep.com to learn more.
Payne doesn't take Sunday off. Neither do we. We're open weekdays 8 to 8 and weekends 9 to 6. Just walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics, 2319 South George Street in York, across from the Apple Hill Health Campus. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today.
Follow York Sports on your Android. Search Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Top of the fifth inning, Revs up 1-0 on a beautiful Thursday night in downtown York, Pennsylvania. Matt Neal pitching a gem, a 2-hit shutout through his first 4 innings, but he's gotten just 1 run of support as the Revs have left 7 men aboard, stranding the bases loaded in the first and the 4th inning. So Neal will have to shake it off and dig down and bring his best stuff to the 6, 7, and 8 hitters for the Ducks. And the first pitch, this is inside for ball 1 to Mike Blank, who bounced out to short his first time up. Neal into the windup. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And the breaking ball, outer black, called strike 1. Blank back to DH duties today. 1-1. Missed inside. 2 balls and a strike now. Neal comes, set his chest, goes to the belt, and now the 2-1 pitch. Tries to get Blank to chase, and he does. Blank upset with himself for going after that outside pitch. Now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Infield straight up, no shift against the would-be catcher. Neal shaking off Tejeda, and that'll force Blank to call time. Readjusts his batting gloves, and he'll step back in. Neal with the rock and the roll. Shattered bat and a line drive caught by Talvin Nash. A little looping liner. An entire half of the bat just came sawed off and windmilled out towards the middle of the infield. Dangerous play that time, but nobody is adversely affected by it. Nash will inspect it, hand it off to the bat boy, who will similarly inspect it and head back to the Long Island dugout. That broken bat brought to you by Heritage Lawn Landscape Care, and maybe that did affect Neal, as Chong Choi, the trainer, and then Mark Mason, the manager, have come out for him. So dangerous whenever that thing splinters. It's not just the big part of the barrel, but the shards that could come charging at you. Didn't quite see where it hit Neal, if it hit Neal at all, but he takes a deep breath. He will take a couple of warm-up tosses with Isaiah Tejeda. Make sure he's all right. Should be ashamed to lose him in this game. He's pitching so well. And he appears to be all right. Just 1 warm-up toss is all he needed, so he'll step in to face Blake T. Cody. with one out in the top of the fifth. And the first pitch is a fastball right down George for strike one. Pop up to short. That's what T. Cody did in his first at-bat. Neal coming back with the 0-1 pitch. Slapped foul to the screen. It's 0-2. T. Cody, a Pensacola, Florida resident right now. Grew up in Columbia, Missouri. A graduate of the University of Miami, that proud baseball program. 0-2 pitch is in there. Strike three called. Got him with a breaking ball. Inner half that time. T. Cody was looking for something a little more out, and he walks back to the dugout, contemplating life or liberty, or just the fact that he left the bat on the shoulder. Second strikeout for Neal, both of them of the looking variety, and it's 2 up and 2 down in the top of the fifth. First pitch to Mike Dowd is lifted out into center field, easily playable for Rackett. Out of the shadow, into the light, ball into the glove, side retired. A nice quick inning for Matt Neal, just 9 pitches. Hey, 3 9s, that'll win you some money in Vegas. And the Ducks go down in order. It's an official ball game here from Peoples Bank Park. Middle of the fifth with your score. York 1, Long Island nothing on the WOYK Revs Radio Network.
Providing quality services efficiently and in a timely manner to its clients is the mission of the law firm of Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins. GSLSC is equipped to handle any real estate transactions, leases, residential and commercial real estate settlements, zoning issues, and all matters involving municipalities. They are also experienced in the formation and operation of family real estate ventures that are tax sensitive to the needs of the investors. Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins is an approved title insurance agency and can provide you with title insurance and legal representation at one low cost when buying a home or investment property. Don't risk any real estate settlement without an experienced real estate attorney from the law firm of Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins at your side. Phone 717-757-7602. They've been handling residential and commercial real estate matters in South Central Pennsylvania for more than 50 years. With mortgage interest rates at an all-time low, now is the time to buy or refinance. Phone 717-757-7602 today or visit their website, gslsc.com.
Get into the ball game with great savings and great weekly specials at your Sure Save neighborhood markets. Use your gold card every time you shop and you automatically receive savings and rewards. And get incredible deals on the new Best Yet brand products at Sobel's Markets, Wetzel's Market, and also at Nell's Market Fresh Foods. Always a hit and always great savings.
There's only one place for local high school sports. Sports Radio 1350.
We head to the last of the fifth. Revs up 1-0. To scratch that, Guzman, Nash, and Perez due up to face Jack Snodgrass, who has been living on the edge all night. 85 pitches through 4 innings, but just 1 run against him. And now he'll face the same set of 3 that he retired in order in the third. First is Joel Guzman, a single and a bouncer to first for him today. Snodgrass into the wind. The first pitch is slapped out into right field, chasing Lentini back to the track, turns him around, but he recovers in time, makes the catch on the warning track. 1 pitch and 1 out for Snodgrass to begin the fifth. And here's Telvin Nash. A walk and a strikeout for him today. Day after he went yard for his 12th homer of the season. 1 back of his total from last year with the Revs. He had 13 of them in less than a full season. He takes outside for ball 1. Nash 13 home runs last year in 64 games. Snodgrass with the 1-0 pitch. Telvin chases it and tips it into the mitt of Dowd for strike 1. By the way, our Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care home run contest, Susan Druck is our lucky contestant today. If Telvin or one of the other Revs goes yard, you will win a prize pack courtesy of Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care, and I don't need to tell you what that prize pack will have to deal with. 1-1 pitch. Nash tied up, and he just fights it off the hands. 1-2 the count. Revs up 1-0 on a game that's been terribly one-sided in the Revs' favor, with Neal pitching so well and Snodgrass struggling mightily. Long Island has to be counting their lucky stars. They're even still in this game. Dangerous situation for the Revs if they keep leaving men aboard. Long Island's going to start thinking more and more, yeah, we're going to get back into this thing. 1-2 pitch, and a worm burn over to short to his knees. Puckett has it. The throw, though, takes Colvin off of the bag. I think they're going to call this one an infield single for Telvin Nash, and indeed they do, as Snodgrass had to make an extraordinary play. Scratch that, Puckett had to make an extraordinary play just to keep that one in the infield. The throw was high, sailed it on Colvin. And that will bring Andres Perez to the plate with a man on. Dre, a bases loaded walk and a strikeout today. And the Revs franchise leader in almost everything but the kitchen sink has a chance for more here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Snodgrass from the stretch, he leaves it outside, ball one. Perez saw an 11-game hitting streak end yesterday. That tied Jason Repko for the longest by a Revolution hitter this season. Doesn't diminish the fact that Dre is on fire right now. Snodgrass taking a while. Now the 1-0 is a fastball, outer black for strike one. Perez has hit safely in 14 of his last 16 games. He's batting .333 since May 22nd. Man who was locked in and contributed to the Revs' climb higher atop the Freedom Division standings. Snodgrass looks down, now up again. The 1-1 pitch swung on and missed for strike two. Ray chasing after a slider that was well below his knees by the time it got to the plate. And the count now 1-2. Snodgrass giving a few courtesy looks over to Nash at first base. Telvin has stolen exactly 7 bases in his professional career. There's the look, and there's the 1-2. Swung on and missed for strike three. Got him with another slider. Well, Snodgrass knew what his bread and butter against Perez was, and he went right back to it. 94 pitches deep for Snodgrass, but still nobody warming in the Long Island bullpen. Jack has found his groove in the last couple of innings. So with 2 down and a man on first, Alfredo Marte will get another crack at it. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a bounce out to third. First pitch is in the dirt, ball one, blocked by Dowd. Alfredo Marte. They've begun calling him Alfredo Parte with as well as he hit his first week in a Revolution uniform. Can he bring the Parte right now? 1-0, and a breaking ball. It's slow and outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Santo Domingo native, that's in the Dominican Republic. Marte made it up to the bigs with the Arizona Diamondbacks back in 2013. Spent part of the next year with the D-backs and part of 15 with the LA Angels. 2-0, little check swing, and he went around, says Brian DeBrouwer. Either he went around or that was a called strike. Whatever the case, it's 2-1. York a 1-0 cushion, if you can even call it that. It's more like an uncomfortable desk chair than a big cushiony one. 2-1 from Snodgrass. Missed above the letters, and now it's 3 balls and 1 strike. A good hitter's count for Alfredo Marte, with Pounds waiting on deck. Wilson in the hole. Marte, a slightly open stance. 3-1 pitch. He swings through a breaking ball. He was looking fast. He gets off speed, and now he's got a full count. Nash will be in motion. So secure all your valuables and get yourself underneath a door opening. Snodgrass sets the belt. There goes the big man. The 3-2 pitch is drilled deep to left center field. Back on it is T. Cody, but he has it lined up. Makes the catch a few feet shy of the warning track. Side retired. 1 out single goes nowhere for the Revs, and Jack Snodgrass has qualified for the decision. He would qualify for the win if his team was up, but he's through 100 pitches and through 5 clean innings. Where the Revs, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on. And the 5th year score, York 1, Long Island nothing on the WOYK Revs Radio Network.
And here we go, folks. She steps up to the box. This is a real pressure situation. 2 kids tugging at her blouse, a long line of customers, and only 30 minutes to get in, get a dozen maple donuts, and get to the party.
Oh, boy, look at the time.
One of Charlie Donuts All-Stars winds up, and here's the pitch.
Welcome to Maple Donuts. Can I help you? Yes. No. I'm sorry. I'm not quite ready.
Oh, she steps out. The pressure may be too much, folks. No, wait, what's this? A meeting at the plate?
Okay, Mommy needs to order our maple donuts now. Can you two be good, please?
And she steps back up to the box.
All ready now? I am.
She's swinging for the fences.
I'll have 4 glazed, 3 vanilla sprinkles, 3 chocolate icing, 2 jelly filled, and 1 chocolate peanut covered.
Wow, that was Major League. She read every stitch of that fastball and knocked it clean out of the park.
Enjoy your maple donuts. Oh, we will. Okay, kids, let's go. Let's get these maple donuts to the party.
There you have it, folks. Maple Donuts, 58 varieties. Ready whenever you need to step up to the plate.
Maple Donuts taste right.
Well, I finally did it. I took my dad's advice and joined his credit union.
Which one?
PSECU. I'm eligible because my dad's a member, but I joined through work.
Really? I thought you had to work for the state.
A lot of people think that, but there are lots of ways to be eligible.
I'm not really thrilled with my bank and all their fees. I need to check them out.
Definitely. It's worth the switch.
PSCCU is the credit union for you. Find your way at psccu.com/join. This credit union is federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration, Equal Opportunity Lender.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Top of the 6th of a pitcher's duel from downtown York. The first pitch from Matt Neal is golfed into right center field by Matt Wessinger, and it's Alfredo Marte to pick it off from Michael Rocket. Those two almost collide. 1 pitch and 1 long, loud out for Neal to begin the top of the 6th. Now let's pause 10 seconds for station ID here on the WOYK Revs Radio Network.
First in York, first in sports. Your only local sports station. The new Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, York, Pennsylvania.
Will DeBoer with you in South Central PA. Revs a 1-0 lead. Matt Neal and Jack Snodgrass engaged in another pitcher's duel. And the first pitch to Phelan Lentini is taken, a called strike at the knees, 0-1. For Neal, just the 61st pitch, and we're already an out deep here in the 6th. The 0-1, Lentini slashes and fouls it back to the screen, 0-2 the count. Revs picked up their only run in the bottom of the first inning. Snodgrass lost control momentarily, gave up a couple of hits and then a couple of walks. Andres Perez, the beneficiary of a bases-loaded free pass. But since then, he's buckled down. Snodgrass, 100 pitches in just 5 innings with just 1 run against. Lantini slaps one over to short, charged by Wilson. Double clutches, throws the first in time. Try that again. In time, 2 outs. And now for Neal, that was just 63 pitches. It's a completely different Matt Neal. He's pounding the strike zone. He's relying on his fielders, and he is getting results. Happens to catch the Rev gloves at a good time, and they haven't committed an error since Friday night. Anthony Vega is 0 for 2 today, by air and by ground. First pitch is a strike at the knees, 0-1. That didn't sound right. By air and by land. By sea would be rather impressive. I'm not sure how he would get out by sea. The 0-1 pitch is tapped over to first base. It is a foul ball. Just foul. Telvin Nash stepped on the bag thinking that it was fair, or just trying to deke out the first base umpire, Buzz Albert. Albert says no, though, and Neal will have to throw at least one more pitch in the top of the 6th. So Vega stands back in. Left-hander with a crouched down stance. 0-2 pitch, a breaking ball. That sailed in and apparently high. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Very close call. But DeBrouwer hasn't been calling the inside strike much today. Neal into the wind, comes back with a 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Got him with a fastball right down George Street. A 1-2-3 inning for Matt Neal. And his quickest yet at just 8 pitches. 67 through 6, a quality start for him. Long Island goes in order. Middle of the 6th, your score. York 1, Long Island nothing on the WOYK Revs Radio Network.
Did you send that email?
No, the server's down.
Again? That's the 3rd time this week. Did you call support?
Sure, great hold music for the last hour.
There's got to be a better way.
There is. Let SoCo Business Solutions maintain your current IT environment, evaluate your current systems, or provide support that's local and responsive. Contact SoCo at 717-505-8080 and let us be your IT solutions provider. That's 717-505-8080 or online at SoCoBusinessSolutions.com.
Hey sports fans, great news! You can now listen to Sports Radio 1350 anywhere with the new WOYK mobile apps. Out for a stroll? No problem. Escape from Nicolas Cage's Doomsday Cult? Welcome back and catch up on what you missed. Wherever you are, WOYK is with you on the brand new mobile apps. York's only local sports station just went mobile and global. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Wednesdays are the worst. I've got to get the kids to school in time, to get to work, then it's just one long day of meetings. But hey, at least I don't have to worry about making dinner.
Kids eat free with People's Bank. Save money at every Wednesday home game.
So now when the Revs are in town, I just pull into a People's Bank, pick up that week's coupon, and dinner is done. Revolution Wednesdays? Awesome. Revolution!
Thanks to People's Bank, kids eat free at every Wednesday home game. No need to be a People's Bank customer. Just pick up your coupon at any People's Bank branch and do dinner at People's Bank Park. 1 coupon per child per game.
On air, online, and on your smartphone. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
We head to the last of the 6th inning. Revs up 1-0. It's been that way since the bottom of the 1st. Jack Snodgrass has settled in. And now he will face the bottom of the order, the 7, 8, and 9 hitters. It's Pounds, it's Wilson, and it is Rocket. First, Brian Pounds, who's 1 for 2 today with a single and a strikeout on his book. And so Snodgrass into the wind. His first pitch. Brian takes a strike at the letters. 0-1. York trying to sweep the Long Island Ducks in their first meeting of the season. Their 3rd of 10 matchups over the next 24 days. Pounds taking low and in for ball 1. York in the all-time series against the Ducks have drawn pretty much even. They're 86 and 87 against Long Island all-time. 1-1, a worm burner over to third, backhanded by Puckett. He has it. Long throw to first base, but it's not in time. Actually, it was in time, but the throw took Colvin off the bag. Colvin had to jump up in the air to get a high, hard throw from Puckett, and Bruce Albert over at first base saying that the throw got Colvin off the bag in the razor-thin time when Pounds stepped on the bag. We're going to get an argument there from the first base coach for the Ducks. They'll call it an error against Puckett. And the argument is to no avail. First time we've seen Kevin Baez anywhere but his third base coach's box in this series, but he trots back. And the Revs have the leadoff man aboard for the first time since the 2nd inning when this man, Josh Wilson, doubled. Snodgrass from the stretch. Breaking ball rides into the zone for strike one. Wilson, back-to-back doubles in his first 2 trips to the plate. And he taps the plate. Pounds a short lead off of first base. Puckett playing in, expecting bunt. Wilson taps a pitch foul back to the screen, and it's 0-2. A win would put the Revs in a good position going down to Texas with at least a 3-game lead in the Freedom Division and more if results hold. Get to that in just a moment. The 0-2 to Wilson, swung on and missed for strike 3. Nice movement on the curveball, and Wilson is retired for the first time today. As Michael Rocket steps up, your York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard. From Harbor Yard, the Bluefish lead Lancaster 4-0 in the top of the 4th. A massive game in the Freedom Division. A Lancaster loss and a York win gives the Revs a season-high 4-game lead in the division. The first pitch to Rocket. There goes Pounds, and it's foul ball down the third base line. Pounds will have to scurry on back to first base. Sack bunt for Rocket in the second inning, and then he flew out to shallow left field in the 4th. Not deep enough to bring home Pounds, who was on third base at the time. Now the count 0-1. Another pitcher's duel, very reminiscent of Tuesday night's game where Tony Pena outdueled Darren Downs. And Rocket loops one into left field. It'll fall in front of Anthony Vega, who got a bad start on it. Michael Rocket with a base hit, and the Revs have 2 men aboard once again. And the top of the order coming up in the form of Jason Repko. And Long Island is finally turning to the bullpen here. They've got Frank DiJulio warming up. DiJulio, last pitch against Sugarland on June 4th. When will they go to him if they go to him in this inning? Remains to be seen. Repko 0 for 2 with a walk today. He bats in a big situation. Pounds on second, Rocket on first with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. And the first pitch is low and in for ball 1. Dowd keeps it in front of him. Repko batting in a spotlight situation, just like the Stage Deli's got the spotlight on outstanding soup, salads, and sandwiches. For daily specials, including catering options, visit the Facebook page, Stage Deli on York, or visit them on George Street, North George, next to the Strand Capitol Theater. Repko trying to finally take out an insurance policy for Matt Neal, who's been wheeling and dealing all night. Snodgrass sets the kick on the 1-0. Inner half called strike. Repko tilting his head in a bit of confusion, and now the count is 1-1. Snodgrass waiting for Repko to get set. Now he's ready. Jack works from the third base side of the rubber, gives a couple of looks back to second base. The kick now and the 1-1. A little tapper and foul down the third base line. 1-2 is the count.
I went for a walk, Will.
Oh, you went for a walk. Now you're back.
Took the kids around the stadium. And there was a meeting on the mound when I was in left. And Repko saw me and said, "Are you not working?"
Apparently he caught you at, that always tends to happen.
Red-handed.
People catch you when you're not working, even if you have been working. 1-2, runners go, a double steal attempt and a ground ball over to third base eliminates the double play possibility. Puckett's only play is to first. They have the hit and run aboard, and it works out. Jason Repko with the farthest sack bunt of his career. That's the way it works. Pounds up to third and Rocket to second. And so, with 2 outs, Isaiah Tejeda will get his chance. Second and third. Revs once again trying to get multiple runs home. They left the bases loaded in the first and the fourth. They left a man on third in the second, and they left one on in the fifth. All in all, 8 men left on base in the first 5 innings. First pitch to Tejeda. He takes on the outside corner for called strike 1. 1-0 Revs in the bottom of the 6th inning. York just 1 run on 7 hits and no errors. Long Island no runs on 2 hits with 1 error. Tejeda digs in. So does Snodgrass. Here's the kick in the 0-1. And a looping swing and a miss. Tejeda goes to one knee to try and get a slider in the dirt. And Jack Snodgrass, who's done this dance multiple times today, working himself into a corner and fighting his way out of it.
He's really relied on his off-speed stuff, like that pitch right there.
You don't expect off-speed from a guy who nearly leads the league in strikeouts, but that's what he's been whipping out tonight. He's 1 strike away from getting through the 6th unscathed. Snodgrass sets at the belt, shrugs the shoulders. The 0-2 pitch swung on and missed for strike 3. It bounces in the dirt. Dowd applies the tag, and that will retire the side. The Revs leave 2 men in scoring position once more. No runs on a hit, an error, and 2 left on. Into the 6th your score, York 1, Long Island nothing. Darrell Henry will take you home here on the WOYK Revs Radio Network.
This is the Dan Patrick Show.
But last Thursday and Friday, we're looking at Golden State differently than we are today. The end was a good result. But then I wonder, did you want them to win? I don't know nationally if we look at them the way we did last year. An embraceable story, still love Steph Curry, the way they play, that style. Were you looking at Oklahoma City and saying, hey, it'd be nice to get them into the finals again? Maybe, Durant, maybe he and Westbrook get a title. I don't know if you were rooting for or against, but I'm still fascinated by watching Golden State. I love the style, and that style is not for everyone. Although, I'm curious what the record for threes attempted and made in the NBA Finals for 2 teams, because we're going to break it this year. Golden State and Cleveland.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Break out some IDs. That's just good radio.
Mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Ross Brothers Barbecue is serving up the hits every Saturday night this season at Peoples Bank Park. Stop by Arch Street Eats on the third base corner and load up on delicious, fresh-made local barbecue. All of Ross' sauces and sides are made from scratch daily. All meats are smoked for an authentic barbecue done right. Ross Brothers also offers drive-through, dine-in, and carry-out from the restaurant at 3096 Carlisle Road in Dover, as well as delivery and full-service catering. Ross Brothers can cater any sized event from fundraisers to graduation parties to weddings. Ross Brothers Barbecue every Saturday night at Peoples Bank Park.
The radio home of the Revs. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Out of the 7th inning, it is 1-0 York. The problem is the Revs have stranded 10, 7 in scoring possession. But the 1-0 lead stands. It'll be 3, 4, and 5 for Long Island, facing Matt Neal here in the 7th inning. Ruben Gotay up first. He's 1 for 2 tonight. And Neal with the pitch. It is up and away. Gotay a ground out in the first and a single in the 4th. One of 2 Ducks hits, both in succession in the 4th inning. Here's a called strike as Neal paints the outside corner. And he is at 67 pitches beginning the inning. 67 through 6. The 1-1. And a swing and a foul out of play. Third base side. Gotay, Colvin, and Puckett due up for Long Island. Revs unable to take advantage of that break that they may have gotten on that call at first last inning, stranding a couple more. Here's the 1-2. And a curveball missed high. Neal having a very effective outing on a night where his breaking stuff, has not commanded it very consistently. He's left it up like that. Here's the 2-2. And he missed down low. As that one glances off Tejeda's glove, a full count. Does not want to put the leadoff man on here with a 1-run lead. But what he's missed with the breaking stuff, it's been out of the zone, not over the plate. Here's the payoff pitch, and a swing and a roller at first. Nash backhands cleanly, and he'll lead Neal covering. 3-1 on the hook up at first base. And there's one away here in the top of the 7th. Revs will get some bullpen activity for the first time tonight. Bo Vaughn grabs a glove and goes running.
I think the most impressive thing, Darryl, is that even without it, command of his breaking stuff, Neal hasn't walked anybody yet. You remember a couple of appearances ago, that start where he walked 5. That looked to be the end of him.
Here's Colvin, who grounds one down the line and fair at first. Nash laid out, rattles out of the bullpen. Colvin heading for 2, a kick to Marte, who throws, and Colvin's just in standing. And he's arguing with the third base ump, Tim Detweiler, that I guess it should have been a dead ball. And he was just coasting into second, and Marte nearly threw him out. Nash diving along the line at first. And it got by him on the diving attempt, and it hit something by the bullpen and kicked right to Marte. And Colvin was just taking his time, cruising in. Well, it goes as a double, and the tying runs at second. Colvin now with 2 of their 3 hits.
Colvin must have thought that that ball got up into the Revs bullpen, which was in action for the first time. Kicked by somebody.
Yeah, he was arguing that, but the argument didn't matter because it was in safely, but it became very close. Here's Cody Puckett, and Neal the pitch, and a swing and a trickler foul down the third base side. Their contact, for the most part, has been weak. And Neal hoping for a couple more such cases after that 1-out double. Puckett, a ground out to third and a fielder's choice grounder to short so far tonight. Revs a 1-0 lead here in the 7th inning. Now Neal a look back. Home, now back, now delivers home, and missed in the dirt. Tejeda blocks it. Bo Vaughn loosening. And the pitch count, not the issue for Neal. It is incredibly efficient. It's a matter of, it's the 3rd time they're seeing him. Have some developments on our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard here in just a moment. As Neal has his sign, here's the stretch. And the 1-1. And that missed a little bit high. Everything Revs fans want to see, Will.
A couple of 5-0 ball games with Lancaster down to Bridgeport and Sugarland down to Southern Maryland. Blue Crabs 5 runs in the top of the 1st, and they're still going. This will be a huge win for the Revs if they can lock it down.
Here's the stretch from Neal. 2-1, and a line drive to left, and in for a hit on a hop in front of Repko, and it took a high hop, but he's able to reach up and play it. 1st and 3rd with 1 out. A single for Puckett, and it bounced higher than Repko thought. He came scampering in to give himself a chance to make a catch if it had hang time, and then it took a high hop. Fortunately, he was able to adjust. And they're at the corners for Mike Blank. 4 hits for Long Island tonight, and they had 2 in a row in the 4th, and now 2 in a row here in the 7th. Blank, who's grounded to short and lined out to first. And Neal with the pitch. Fastball just missed. A tad low. Neal's longest start previously, 5 innings in his 2nd start. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and a bouncing ball hit foul down to Kevin Baez coaching at 3rd. Ball and a strike. Revs with a run on 7 hits and no errors. Long Island no runs, 4 hits, 1 error. huge spot here in the 7th inning. Now Neal into his stretch. Holds it, the 1-1, and a rip it short. Wilson knocks it down, picks up, throws to second, the turn to first, not in time. They almost recovered, which would have been a miraculous recovery, but the tying run scores. 1-1 here in the 7th inning, and it was darn close at first. Blank hit it hard, and Wilson, if he grabs it cleanly, it's a double play. He knocked it down, and because it was hit hard, they still nearly recovered. With the catcher running, Pounds made a great turn. But the tying run in, Blank the RBI, it's 1-1.
Rarely have we seen Wilson bobble a potential double play ball.
Here's to Cody, who takes the first pitch strike.
It's bound to happen eventually, and it just happens to happen in a key situation for the Revs. Now how big are all those missed opportunities?
We start over in the 7th. Here's the 0-1, and a swing and a pop-up foul. Third base side, Guzman giving chase, and out of room, lands about 4 rows in. Now Colvin the double with 1 out, and then after Puckett singled to move him, he scores as Blank just beats the turn. Revs, whose double play count as a defense has really climbed here in recent games, came within a whisker of turning what would have been a great recovery. Here's the stretch, and Neal the 0-2, and it missed up high. The thing is, with Wilson, he knocked that ball down. It didn't go directly in front of him. He had to reach to the side just a little bit. And that cost him a split second as well. Now Neal ready. And the 1-2 swung on and popped up. Pounds from second, ranging out into shallow right center. He's got it, and that'll end the inning. Long Island ties it with a run on 2 hits and 1 man left. 7th inning stretch from Peoples Bank Park. It's the Revs and Ducks tied at 1.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called Peoples Bank Park. Peoples Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at Peoples Bank Park. Peoples Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is the Rich Eisen Show.
I understand that there are kids who are involved. Let's put the football mess aside and try and figure out what the hell happened. And if that means conduct a coaching search, we're cleaning house. This is horrible. This house is clean. Everybody, we're opening a window. Until I see anything different, reading this report, it seems like there's something that stinks to absolute high heaven.
Is this the button that plays?
The Rich Eisen Show.
Weekdays at noon on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Hey, sports fans, great news! You can now listen to Sports Radio 1350 anywhere with the new WOYK mobile apps. On your morning run? Perfect. Strapped to a wayward dentist chair? It works better than Novocaine. Wherever you are, WOYK is with you on the brand new mobile apps. York's only local sports station just went mobile and global. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
All about local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Now we start over as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. 1-1 our score. Long Island will go to their bullpen. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts as Yuri De La Rosa takes over. Jack Snodgrass goes 6, giving up 7 hits but only 1 run. He did give up 3 infield hits. Struck out 7 and walked 3. 115 pitches, 73 for strikes. It's a lot of pitches in 6 innings. He stranded 10, 7 of which were in scoring position. So De La Rosa takes over. First time we see him in this series. Joel Guzman will lead things off. First pitch of the inning, a big breaking ball, and it hooked just inside. Guzman, Nash, and Perez here in the 7th. Joel tonight, 1 for 3, a first inning single. A 1-0, and a swing and a foul tip back behind the plate. Base runners not a problem tonight, but situational hitting has been. De La Rosa in 18 games, 1-2 with a 2.76 ERA. And in 16 1/3 innings, he's got 25 strikeouts, only 4 walks, about a hit per inning. He deals, and that's upstairs, a fastball. So I'd expect good stuff from him, seeing those strikeout numbers. 2 years in the majors with Arizona, 2013 and 14 for the Dominican native. Now the 2-1, and a swing and a miss, a changeup. Revs have seen a boatload of those tonight. Jack Snodgrass featured that as his primary go-to pitch in tight spots. It makes sense facing the right-hand heavy power hitting lineup. The 2-2, look out, fastball in near the hands. Joel jumps back.
What in the world is that, Darryl?
Does that thing have Zika?
It's some sort of giant mosquito of some kind.
Get out!
Jeez, you're going to have to deal with that when you go down to Texas. You don't want to have a preview here.
It's the 3-2. Swing and a foul back to the net. Had a good rip. That fastball at 90 on the board. Well, that Skeeter has found our ceiling, and now I'm going to be looking up there watching him the rest of the night.
Apparently it's the most effective Skeeter tonight.
Let's hope it stays that way. De La Rosa ready again. Good battle from Joel. Pitch to him. Oh, a swing and a miss. A breaking ball that looked good out of the hand and then ran way in. And Joel swinging at one that came right in near his legs, one away. Sure, he'd like to have that one back. With one down, it'll bring on Talvin Nash. Nash 1 for 2 with an infield hit and a walk. Tied at 1 here in the bottom of the 7th. De La Rosa ready with it. And delivers. And a fastball just missed a little high. Some things we just can't paint the picture of. And for our listeners, that would be seeing Everett George just strolling in front of our booth.
Saunter is the word.
Sachet, maybe. Here's a swing and a bounce foul, third base side. Nash with one of the hits, one of 3 infield hits. But those count 2. Josh Wilson, the only 2-hit game thus far, a pair of doubles. The Revs have had a hit in 5 of the first 6 innings. 1-1, swing and a miss, fastball down and away. Long Island so bullpen heavy, and not only is it an advantage for them to have fresh arms, it's an advantage that they have several guys who the Revs have not seen yet in this series. And I'm sure they'll have some at the end of this series that they still haven't seen. There's the 1-2, breaking ball, swing and a miss. And De La Rosa with back-to-back Ks. That's the 9th strikeout for Duck pitching tonight. Snodgrass once again is the league leader after striking out 7 of his own. Puts him at 61 for the year. That with 2 down. Andres Perez to the plate. 0 for 2. Did drive in the Revs' only run on a bases-loaded walk in the first inning. 2 strikeouts. First pitch, a backdoor curve, and they gave him the strike. That's a nasty backdoor hook. Some big snap on that break. De La Rosa has struck out the first 2. There's the 0-1. And a swing and a line drive base hit to right. No, Perez sprays one the other way. He'll be a 2-out base runner, and they've had a hit now in 6 of the 7 innings tonight.
Andres Perez, the Stony Brook product. He is sturdy like stone. He's reached 15 of his last 17 games safely. Now hitting, well, still hitting .333. He's 22 for 66 over that span.
Went to school on the island. We went past it one time coming off the ferry from Bridgeport. Here's Alfredo Marte, and a swing and a miss on a slider.
It's a good school. My grandpa worked there for almost 20 years.
Yeah. Seawolves?
Seawolves made their first NCAA tournament appearance this last spring.
The throw over to first. Perez back standing. Yes, I watched that championship game. I think we may have even had it on WOYK as part of our March Madness package. Dre was pumped about that. Here's the 0-1. And it just missed up and in. Marte, a strikeout, ground out, fly out here tonight. Twilight here at Peoples Bank Park. We're tied at 1 in the bottom of the 7th. De La Rosa ready. And the lefty deals, and a swing and a miss. Marte saw it high and let it fly, but fanned through it about letter height. Ball and 2 strikes. Matt Neal standing on the top step, water cup in hand. Might be the bullpen in the 8th, we'll see. And now time asked for as Marte takes a step out. A sweep would be a heck of a way to head off on the road. 1-2, breaking ball, grounded foul down the third base side. Mace always says that it's about impossible to manage shutouts. So I'd expect to win with just 1 run. It does not happen often. It happened Tuesday night. The Revs in search of some production here as we get into the late innings. Another 1-2 and a strike 3 called, and Marte knew it. Fastball right there, and De La Rosa strikes out the side in the 7th. Gave up the 2-out single to Perez, and that'll be it for the Revs in the inning. We go to the 8th. It is Bovon coming in. Revs and Ducks are tied at 1.
The more we help the ones in need, the more progress our community will make.
By focusing on quality education, income opportunities, and basic health care,
all of York County can have access to the building blocks of a good quality of life.
Together we can load the bases for our community
and hit a home run.
Give generously to the 2016 United Way Community Fund.
Find out more and give now at unitedway-york.org.
Does your wealth advisor know how you take your coffee? At Smith, Mayer & Little Wealth Advisory Group, we genuinely get to know our clients, from their interests, goals, and dreams, right down to how they like their coffee. By understanding our clients on a personal level, we help them make wise financial decisions. In us, you will find a trusted confidant dedicated to your financial success. Smith, Mayer & Little, a wealth of knowledge about wealth. Get to know us over a cup of coffee or visit us at financialjava.com.
Janney Montgomery Scott LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
Come and celebrate 10 years of York Revolution baseball with the Celebrate York Series presented by Memorial Hospital. The series honors significant contributions from York, Pennsylvania's most notable events and favorite citizens with giveaways every Friday night home game. The series continues on Friday, June 17th with a Bruce Arians Gnome giveaway. Visit YorkRevolution.com for more details. It's the Celebrate York Series, proudly presented by Memorial Hospital for the York Revolution's 10th anniversary season.
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Tied at 1 as we start the 8th. Bo Vaughn's first pitch sinks in for a strike on Mike Dowd. What a job by Matt Neal. Pitching change is brought to you by Maple Donuts. And a slider here. That bends across for a strike. Neal, 7 innings, 1 run on 4 hits. He walked none. Struck out 3. Here's the pitch. And a slider hooked away. They'll appeal it, but Dowd held off. 85 pitches, 62 strikes, and just 23 balls. But he'll take a no decision. There's the pitch from Bo, and a swing and a miss. He got Dowd on the slider, a foul tip squeezed, and begins his outing with a K. Bo 1-1 in 12 games, a 6.17 ERA. When he's on, though, he's really on, and he begins his 8th inning with a quick K. As he walks around behind the mound and now ready to face Matt Wessinger. First pitch is right over for a strike. Wessinger was the K man tonight. He struck out his first time and then flied to right his second time. 0-1, and a slider, a check. It's a called strike anyway, as that one nibbled the corner, and it's 0-2. 8-9-1 for the Ducks in the order this inning. 2-strike pitch and a slider hooked over short and into left. Base hit for Wessinger. Bo got more of the plate on that slider than he had intended. And it's a 1-out base runner here in a tie game. Now we'll go to the top of the order and Phelan Lentini, the Ducks with their 5th hit. Lentini, who back in 2012 was Bo's teammate in Lancaster. Stepping in 0 for 3 tonight, 2 ground outs and a fly out in between.
So you look at 0 for 3 and you don't think, oh, they've done a good job of holding him down. You think, oh, he's due.
5 for 5 last night. First pitch is swung on and missed on that sinking fastball down and in. Tied at 1. After the Ducks scratched one across last inning. Now Bo set and deals, and a swing and a bouncing ball to short. Wilson has to charge right, and he couldn't get the throw off. Trying a quick transfer, knowing that he had to hurry to second. He'll be charged with the error, and it's going to be first and second with 1 out.
First error for the Revs since Friday. And for Wilson, it snaps season-high 16-game errorless streak. Last couple of innings, those ground balls have been eating him up over at the shortstop position, and Long Island is set to make a move.
Knew he had to hustle on that one, having to go to his right. It wasn't hit hard and couldn't get the grip on the transfer, and no throw. Here's Anthony Vega, who takes low. He went into the throwing motion as the ball was unfortunately falling to the dirt. Vega in the 2-hole tonight. Fly out, ground out, strikeout. He's got 2 on with 1 out. And Bo delivers, and a swing and a miss on a fastball away. Bo trying to keep things tied up as we get deeper into dusk here at Peoples Bank Park tonight. Now nods yes. Here's the stretch. And the 1-1, and that misses down low. Two balls and a strike on Vega. Moved from the 9-hole to second tonight with Lyons out. And Bowe the pitch. Swing and a miss. Foul tip squeezed. Vega hitting .429 his last 9 games. Another reason that they tabbed him to move up in the order. 2 on with 1 out. Count even. Here's the stretch. And the 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. A fastball down around the knees, and he got Vega to swing through it. 2 down here in the top of the 8th. And now it'll be Bowe against Ruben Gotay with 2 on and 2 out. Gotay 1 for 3 tonight, a single in between 2 groundouts. And Bowe with the pitch. Just missed away, close. Single and an error, each with 1 out this inning. That's how the Ducks have built their threat. Now Bowe the stretch. The 1-0. And a breaking ball plops low. 2-0. Gotay, another hot hitter. We mentioned at the outset, he's hit .333 his last 11, and including tonight now, that's the same as last 12. The 2-0. There's a fastball strike. Outside corner at the knees. Gotay, the switch hitter, batting from the left. And Bowe ready. He fires. And just outside, he puts his hands to his knees, hunched over. Couldn't believe he didn't get that one. Gotay, big league time with the Royals, Mets, and Braves. Last in the majors in '08 with Atlanta. The 3-1 and a swing and a foul tip back behind the plate. And the runners will have the head start, 3-2 with 2 outs. A very important payoff pitch coming up. Tied at 1 here in the 8th inning. Revs have gotten some good news from around the league. Entering play today with a 3-game lead already. Now Bowe, a nod yes. Couple of checks, the payoff pitch, down and away, ball 4. And he's going to have to face the left-hand hitting Tyler Colvin with the bases loaded. Now the inning continues for Colvin, who's suddenly hot. 2 hits and 3 ribbies last night, 2 more hits, including a double and their runs scored last inning here in tonight's game. Bases loaded, 2 outs in the 8th. And Bowe with his sign from Tejeda. First pitch is down and away. Certainly doesn't want to serve one over the middle. That one, though, way outside. And he'll have to operate with a 1-0 count. Colvin in the majors with the Rockies, Giants, and Cubs in his career. Bowe, the 1-0. And a fastball strike called on the outer edge. This is draft night. Bowe was a 3rd-round pick of the Red Sox out of Arizona State. He was Dustin Pedroia's teammate. Taken in the same draft as Papelbon with Boston. The 1-1. And it misses down and away. 2 balls and a strike.
They're about halfway through the first round right now, 16 picks in.
Bowe ready, the 2-1. Swing and a miss! Colvin was maybe trying to hit a slam. Foul tip squeezed, it's 2-2. Well, if I can't sleep tonight, knowing that we're leaving at 3 in the morning, I'll just turn on the draft.
It's a good idea. It goes 40 rounds. It'll keep you awake.
It's the 2-2. Strike three called, a fastball in the inside corner. And Bo Vaughn works out of serious trouble in the top of the 8th. He strikes out the side to leave him loaded, and he gets the cleanup man looking. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 3 men left. We go to the bottom of the 8th, still tied at 1.
Wednesdays are the worst. I've got to get the kids to school in time, to get to work, then it's just one long day of meetings. But hey, at least I don't have to worry about making dinner.
Kids eat free with People's Bank. Save money at every Wednesday home game.
So now when the Revs are in town, I just pull into a People's Bank, pick up that week's coupon, and dinner is done. Revolution Wednesdays? Awesome. Revolution!
Thanks to People's Bank, kids eat free at every Wednesday home game. No need to be a People's Bank customer. Just pick up your coupon at any People's Bank branch and do dinner at People's Bank Park. 1 coupon per child per game.
Pain doesn't take Sunday off. Neither do we. We're open weekdays 8 to 8 and weekends 9 to 6. Just walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics, 2319 South George Street in York, across from the Apple Hill Health Campus. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today.
Struggling to find quality IT help for your business? Tired of being sold solutions from companies helping their bottom line more than yours? Sick of your calls being answered overseas? SoCo Business Solutions is your answer to maintain your current environment, redesign your infrastructure, provide local responsive support, and keep your data safe. Contact SoCo at 717-505-8080 and let us be your IT solutions provider. That's 717-505-8080 or online at SoCoBusinessSolutions.com.
The Revolution plays here. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
What a job by Bo Vaughn, who leaves them loaded, striking out the side. He dances right off the tightrope there in the top of the 8th. Single, an error, and a walk in the inning. And right-hander Amalio Diaz, the new pitcher for Long Island, as we go to the bottom half of the 8th, tied at 1 here tonight.
Diaz making his 18th appearance. He's 2-1 with a 3.30 ERA, coming off a scoreless inning against Sugar Land on June 3rd. So he's had a couple extra days off to see if he's fresh or rusty. Revs hoping for the latter.
Be Brian Pounds, Josh Wilson, Michael Rocket here in the bottom of the 8th. Revs with a run on 8 hits, 1 error. Long Island a run on 5 hits and 1 error. And Diaz leans in and looks. And the righty will operate from the stretch. And his first pitch of the night is just inside. Pounds 1 for 3. Revs getting Mike DeMark ready just in case. And actually, with it being a home game, he'll be in anyway. Use him or lose him, the 1-0. And that's a called strike, outside corner. Out of town scores being shown on the LED boards, and things still in the Revs' favor around the league. Diaz to the belt, and the righty with the 1-1. That misses down and away. 2 balls, 1 strike. Pounds eyeing up Diaz as he climbs back in. Now the 2-1 pitch, and a swing and a fly ball right field. Backing up is Lentini, who didn't see it initially, but now he locates it and makes the play. Backing up in fairly deep right field, and he was a bit concerned initially. Didn't quite see it when it reached its peak, but he was able to find it for out number 1. It is that time of night with the deep dusk sky. There's Josh Wilson, who's 2 for 3 with a pair of doubles tonight. Each of his first 2 ABs. Diaz delivers, and it misses down and away. Stretch. And Diaz, the second-year Duck, with the 1-0. And a swing and a looper to shallow right field. Gotye out from second. He runs it down. Makes a great sprinting play toward the line in right, with his glove outstretched upward as far as he could reach. And 2 down in the inning. Revs bullpen is staring at Gotye, and it very well might be funny chatter, I'm not sure, but he made a great play approaching their bullpen in right. Wilson was looking out his way like, really? You got to that?
He got to it.
2 down. Here's Michael Rocket. And Diaz to the plate, and a swing and a ball squirted foul right at home. Rocket 1 for 2 tonight, a base hit, and also a sac bunt early in the game. Revs used that strategy early, trying to manufacture a run, but all night they have not been able to come up with the big hit. Only run on a bases loaded walk. Pitch to Rocket is up and in as he bends out of the way. Diaz 14 saves for the Ducks last year. 1-4 with a 2.78 ERA a season ago. The 1-1, and that's down and away. Ryan Cushmall was their closer at the start of the year, but then Diaz took over and totaled 14. He tied Pat Kreider, his teammate, for the league lead in appearances with 60. Now the 2-1, and a slider bit just outside. Diaz had 19 saves in the Frontier League 3 seasons before that. Originally an Angels farmhand. On the 3-1, and it's up high. Ball 4 on Rocket. Repko next. Tejeda follows him, and Tejeda grabbed Repko and had a word whispered into his ear as he made his way to the plate. So he saw something that he passed along, or maybe he knows Diaz from along the way. And the Revs with a 2-out base runner. Repko tonight 0 for 3, 3 ground outs along with a walk. Tied at 1 here in the bottom of the 8th. Rocket a nice lead from first. And Repko fakes, squaring to bunt. And Diaz a pick try, and Rocket just got back. Just got the fingertips in, and again Repko was at least showing the idea of a bunt on that first move. Let's see how much Rocket gets on the lead here. It was close enough that Colvin was staring at Buzz Albert, the first base ump. Here's the stretch, and another move over, and a balk called, and Rocket will be awarded second base. He must have bounced the hands, or maybe got his cleat stuck. I'm not sure. Diaz looking like, what happened? And Colvin saying the same from first. Kevin Baez coming out. He's met by the plate ump, Brian DeBrouwer. And no argument from Baez. Balk moves Rocket into scoring position. It's the 3rd total balk in this series. 2 nights ago, each team had one.
If you remember, Darryl, the Revs, Pro Revs balk was the one that preceded the game-winning hit by Perez.
Can lightning strike twice? Here's the stretch, and the first pitch to Repko. It's a called strike on the outer black. With Rocket speed, 1 base hit. Could very well put York back in front. DeMarc is loosening regardless in right field. Now Diaz ready. Bounces the hands at the belt. Couple of looks back, the 0-1, and a swing and a miss. A slider tailing away. He's got Repko buried. That mosquito may have bit me.
Oh. Wow, look at that.
My leg itches.
That is significant.
Well, I was scratching it,
right.
but yes. I now have an itch. There's the stretch from Diaz. I'll look back. And the 0-2. Swing and a dribbler to short. And handled by Wessinger. Throw to first is just in time. As he got Repko sprinting down the line. And Rocket at second tried to impede a little bit. He stopped right in front of the shortstop, but Wessinger handles it. No runs, no hits, one left. DeMarc on his way in a tie game. We go to the 9th. It's 1-1.
Kids today, with Facebook, texting, TV, and video games, seems like fresh air and sunshine are things of the past. Remember playing catch, climbing trees, wholesome backyard fun? Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care remembers, give them lush grass, healthy trees, the good old outdoors. American is baseball and apple pie. Kids have every reason to stay inside. Don't let your lawn be one of them. Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care, world-class care right in your backyard. 717-292-9994.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
What if I told you your family of 4 could have an all-inclusive outing for only $55? The York Revolution are telling you that right now. The Family Fun Pack includes 4 flexible ticket vouchers to be used whenever you'd like, 4 food vouchers for hot dogs, chips, and drinks, 2 playground wristbands, and a parking pass. Again, $55. Have more than 4 in your family? Additional tickets and food vouchers are only $10. Buy online at YorkRevolution.com, over the phone at 801-HITS, or in person at the Apple Chevrolet ticket office.
Your home for Revolution Baseball. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
We go to the 9th. I hope the Revs win tonight, and Will and I can cue up
the end portion of that song.
Yes, in the office, and Will can do his air guitar. And what all do you do?
I don't know. It's an air guitar. It's dropping to the knees. It's imitating Roger Daltrey's scream in such a way that I don't blow out my voice. I don't know how he did it.
Mike DeMarc is in the game. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Was last in on Tuesday night when he picked up league-leading save number 15. Cody Puckett to lead off the 9th. First pitch is in the dirt. A 1-1 score. And trying to keep it tied for his offense in the bottom half. Revs, by the way, will have the heart of the order coming up.
And Todd Coffey, the Long Island closer, the man that they will face.
Pitch from DeMarc, and that's just outside. For Mike, 18 games, 19 innings, 2 unearned runs, just 9 hits, 3 walks, and 26 Ks. Here's the 2-0, and a pop-up right off the end of the bat. At first base, it's Nash walking under it. And he impounds both, went for it, it bounced off Nash's glove, and lands, and on base is Puckett to begin the 9th on what should have been the first out. They both thought that it was theirs. Neither heard the other one talk. And it may have rattled off both gloves, and it landed and rolled over toward the first base line. So the Revs will have to get 4 outs. Here in the 9th inning, Nash will be the one charged with the error, as most of the contact, if not all of it, was his glove. Now here's Mike Blank, who might be up there to bunt. And a pitch from DeMarc, he's not, at least not yet, and DeMarc misses low. Revs with their 2nd error tonight.
And for Nash, that snaps a long streak. He went 16 games.
1-0. Swing and a miss. DeMarc blew it right by him. You could see it developing as they both kept inching toward one another, and sitting here, you're just hoping that one of them had heard the other and would back away. Well, the 1-1 pitch and a bouncer foul, third base side. Blank 0 for 3, drove in the tying run when he beat out an attempted double play turn. Back in the 7th inning, a ball that Wilson had to knock down at short and nearly recovered to turn the double play on. But Blank just beat it. Here's the 1-2. And a called third strike. Two-seamer ran back, and Blank was frozen on it. One down in the 9th. We'll pause for station identification.
First in York, first in sports. Your only local sports station. The new Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, York, Pennsylvania.
1 on, 1 out. Blake Takoti will stand in. 0 for 3 tonight, 2 pop-ups and a K. Tied at 1 in the 9th inning. Pitch from DeMark is lined deep to right field. It is carrying and gone. A home run onto the porch in right. Just got up and over, right under the tents. And Blake Takoti, first pitch swinging, his 4th home run of the year. And it breaks the tie in the 9th inning. It's 3-1 Long Island. And Mike DeMark, in a non-save situation, has surrendered his first earned runs all season.
Now just one of the runs earned as Puckett was on the error, but yeah, you see that so often. Closers in non-save situations just can't get the job done.
That's right, first earned run all season. Here's Mike Dowd, and DeMark fires a fastball strike. So he now has an ERA. 1 earned run in 19 1/3 at the moment. 3-1 Long Island, and the pitch to Dowd, a slider fouled off over the roof on the first base side. Now it's Coffey getting ready for Long Island. The Revs in the bottom half with Tejeda, Guzman, and Nash in need of 2 runs at least, and right now with only 1, pitch from DeMark is up and in. If they settle for 1 run, would be the 4th time in the last 5 games that they've been held to 1 run or fewer. Here's a pitch in the dirt, and it's 2-2. They've had the best home field advantage so far this year. They've had the best home offense. And at worst, they'll go 3-3 on this homestand, but it has not been the bludgeonry offensively the Revs fans have seen so much. Here's a swing and a miss on a fastball down out of the zone. Dowd chopped after it and missed. And that's out number 2, both on strikeouts here in the 9th. Coffey for Long Island, he's got 6 saves, an ERA of 3 in 12 games. And it'll be his first appearance of the series. Here's Matt Wessinger, who's 1 for 3 tonight. He fouls the first pitch back into the netting. Long Island trying to deny York of the sweep. It's a big game for them too. They were just half a game behind Somerset. The Revs with 6 last at-bat wins, only 2 losses, as a slider breaks away. In danger of just their 3rd loss determined in a final at-bat. The 1-1, swing and a miss on a fastball up in the zone at 92. And my pen has died.
Oh no.
So things just keep getting worse. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He blew him away, and DeMark hollers at himself as he angrily stomps off the mound. First time all year that he's given up an earned run And Long Island with the 2-run shot from Tacoti breaks the tie. 2 runs, 1 hit, 1 error, nobody left. Revs looking to rally as we go to the bottom of the 9th inning, trailing 3-1.
Tennis used to be a very polite game. Today, tennis
Ace.
raises a racket.
Flying feet.
The style, the play, and the players are intense, athletic, and hard-charging. Flying Feet Sports Shoes welcomes the evolution of tennis and its battling players with a full line of specialty tennis shoes worthy of the new game. These aren't stand-around, look-pretty shoes. These are co-conspirators for the court. Shoes that will endure opponent after opponent, match after match. Shoes that move when and how you move and stop at your command. Shoes that fit and feel good so your feet are ready and able to play that next set. Flying Feet's team includes Prince, Wilson, and New Balance in widths that fit, and the Flying Feet staff is always on the sidelines to help you with your selection. Tennis, it's a new game. Be prepared to play it well.
Flying feet.
Flying Feet Sports Shoes, just off exit 18 of I-83, right behind Domino's in York.
Hey, sports fans, great news. You can now listen to Sports Radio 1350 anywhere with the new WOYK mobile apps. Walking through Central Market? Perfect. Social worker at the zombie orphanage? Zombie orphans probably love sports. Wherever you are, WOYK is with you on the brand new mobile apps. York's only local sports station just went mobile and global. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Your county, your teams. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Bottom of the 9th, right-hander Todd Coffey comes on for Long Island. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. 6'4", 240 righty and a big league vet who has 6 saves on the year. 1-0 with an ERA of 3 in 12 games. It'll be Tejeda, Guzman, and Nash trailing 3-1. First time they've trailed all night. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Coffey, 12 innings, 8 hits is all. 4 runs. He's walked 5 and has struck out 12 for the year. 1 home run given up. And Tejeda in there. First pitch is inside. It's the first time the Revs are seeing the big league vet. 8 years in the majors with the Reds, Brewers, Nationals, and Dodgers. And he stretches and deals, and a slider for a strike called on the outside corner. Well, last night the Revs were out hit and won. Tonight they're out hitting Long Island 8-6, but trailing 3-1. Coffey deals, and a swing and a miss. Kept that one down on Tejeda's swing, 1-2. Revs need a base runner to have a chance on one swing. Coffey last year was in the Mexican League. And now has his sign. Here's the high leg kick, the 1-2, and a swing and a chopper to short. Wessinger charges up. He gloves, he pumps, he throws, and 1 down. Had time to charge in and pump to get himself in rhythm. 1 away here in the bottom of the 9th. Next home game for the Revs will be next Friday. So on the road for a week. Next weekend hosting Bridgeport. Here's Joel Guzman, who's 1 for 4. Coffey kicks and deals, and he pours one over for a strike. And Joel looking back at the radar gun after seeing that first one that had some late tail. Coffey, the redhead, fires home and misses in the dirt. 35-year-old, native of North Carolina.
I will bet you a significant portion of dough that his nickname growing up was Big Red. He is a big slab on the mound. You can see him from space.
He is big and he is red. There's the 1-1, and that misses down and away. At one point in 09, he subbed in as closer for Trevor Hoffman with Milwaukee until Hoffman returned from injury that year.
Not a bad role to understudy for.
Poof. 2-1, and a rip left side. Wessinger goes to a knee, makes the sliding pick on the one hopper and throws to first for out number 2.
He even had time to look at it and say, yep, that's a baseball. Better throw it.
One of the hardest hit balls of the night for the York offense.
And Wessinger, as the fill-in shortstop for Lions, has played a mean position. He is clearly with the team for his glove over his bat.
Has now handled 5 ground outs, 3 in a row though. Here's Talbot Nash. Revs down to their final out, and Coffey fires low. Nash 1 for 3 with an infield hit and a walk tonight. I should have looked, but Coffey's known for sprinting in from the bullpen. I wasn't paying attention. He misses outside on Nash, 2-0.
Oh, he's like Heath Bell, huh?
Yes.
Built like Heath Bell as well.
Although I don't think he slides onto the field
yeah.
like in that All-Star game appearance.
Well, if he pitches anything like Heath Bell, the Revs are still in this thing.
It's the 2-0. And a liner the other way, a base hit. And they'll bring the tying run to the plate. Talvin Nash not in position to tie it on one swing. He just takes a short swing and serves it into right. And we'll give Andres Perez a chance. And they'll pinch run for Nash with Charlie Thurber. Nash about a week ago had that leg soreness on that stretch in Bridgeport. And even though Thurber's not the tying run, if you have a close play on the bases, maybe he can get there just a little quicker at this point. Now here's Perez, who's 1 for 3 with the only RBI for the Revs tonight, a bases loaded walk in the first inning. And he's the tying run, down 3-1. First pitch is over for strike 1.
Perez relishes situations like this. I can't help thinking of the walk-off 3-run shot against New Britain a month ago. He's the man you want up right now.
Here's the stretch from Coffey, the 0-1, and a slider. It started at him, it ran back, and is called a strike. 0-2. Revs came in tonight trying to sweep the series from Long Island. Down 2, down to their last strike. The 0-2. Slider down and away. Matt Neal gave them all they could have asked for tonight. The difference, Blake Tecody's 2-run homer in the top of the 9th. Breaking the tie score. Coffey looking in, he's ready. And the 1-2. Swing and a dribbler, second base, got a lot of spin. Go tie with it, sidearms, it is just in time. Dre flying down the line, trying to keep the game alive, but by a hair, he's thrown out. And the Revs are denied the sweep here tonight. Long Island wins it 3-1 as they salvage the finale of this series. Revs will settle for a 3-3 homestand. They drop 2 of 3 from Lancaster. They win 2 of 3 from Long Island, but denied in the finale tonight on the 2-run homer from Blake Tecoty in the top of the 9th. For Coffey in the bottom of the 9th inning, a 2-out single, but strands a runner as he picks up save number 7. And 3-1 is your final. We'll take a timeout. Post-game show follows, and also after that, we'll join Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Finals in progress with the Penguins hosting the Sharks. So stay tuned here on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Hi, this is Tom Dasher, president of Tom Dasher Investment Services. I specialize in retirement planning and strategies to meet individual personal goals. Whether you are looking for wealth accumulation or to maximize your retirement income. Oh, heck, this is sounding just like another commercial. Hey, listen, it's this simple. We use risk-free investment vehicles, whether you are looking to still build wealth accumulation or you want retirement income or a combination of both. It is all about getting your money parked in the place that will benefit you the most. If you want to do that, call me. My office number is 246-3879 or my mobile is 487-2096 or contact me at my new website at tomdasher.com.
Broadway Transmission? I don't know how they do it.
We've been in business for 60 years at the same location.
I don't know how they do it.
It's our long-term nationwide warranties.
Oh, and don't forget our online appointment scheduling.
I still don't know how they do it.
They towed in my van at no